Wanderers, welcome to episode 211, season 2, episode 11. Before we get into it, I sound like a broken record, and I get it. But it's so important for our success. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcast, whatever it may be, pause where you're at, head over to YouTube, and subscribe. It only helps us get more exposure. Speaking of social media, we're on it all. Active on Facebook, sharing reels, other posts, comments. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we're even on TikTok. If there's a will, there's a way that you can find us. Before we go any further, though, it is a great honor to introduce our title sponsor for today's episode. Today's episode is proudly brought to you by our buddy, John Songer, and the Gaslight Pizza and Grill. The calendar has turned. It's finally 2024. The days are short, and the days are cold. Don't fret about cooking something no one wants to eat anyways. Head up to historic 4th Street in Huntingburg and order off the best menu in southern Indiana. Plate meals, hoagies, and pizza, they have it all. Our buddy John wanted us to remind you of a few things coming up in February. Smoke.
Yes, sir.
February 11th.
Tell me.
Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right.
Head on up to the Gaslight to have your party. Hey, Big Mace.
Go ahead.
February 13th.
What is it?
Fat Tuesday.
I'm all in.
You better believe that the Gaslight is going to have their world famous and delicious spread for Mardi Gras. Hey, Smoke.
Yes, sir.
February 14th.
Again?
Well, if you don't know that date and what goes on in it, then it could be your last as a couple. Get a pizza to go, make it a romantic night at home. The Gaslight is also the place for live music. Guess what, Mace?
Tell me.
February 17th.
Who is it?
Awesome band. First and Main's going to be taking the Gaslight stage. Well, hell, fellas, we just made your week in February planned to a T. You're welcome. Head to the Gaslight today for lunch or dinner. And by the way, be on the lookout for a special in-depth with John Songer.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from a very clean, organized, and refreshing environment that is known as Smoker's Lounge.
The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah, yeah. The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey-o.
Yeah. 2020. Is he gone?
Oh, boy, that wasn't nice.
Is he gone?
I just wanted to see how long I could go.
Hey, there you are.
Hey, welcome to episode 211, season 2, episode 11.
Sounded like a soccer game there.
Yeah, it was.
Ole!
Ole, ole, ole.
Man, those guys are nuts.
Today is January 3rd.
10-4.
If you are,
Oh,
you
birthday?
will, yeah.
Whose
little,
birthday today?
Little Rep Man turned 1
Oh,
today.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
This will be airing on January 12th. So if you've joined us on the 12th of January, chin up. We're almost halfway through January, which means January is basically over. February is standing us right in the face. And next thing you know, it'll be the holidays again, and Dave still won't have put out Christmas lights. I'll never forget.
I'm not taking my tree down anytime soon.
Well, you can't. You got to wait yet. You got to have the Epiphany.
What is it?
The Epiphany this Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember the reason for the season, Dave.
Duh.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're here, back better than ever. Kind of feel like
Hashtag 2024.
Yeah.
2-0.
2-4. Did you
20,
know?
what is it? 2-24?
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that on December 31st it was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
I'll be damn.
Yeah. I don't know. That was shared a ton.
Sounds like
Actually, it
real
was
shitty
1,
luggage combo.
2, 3, 2, 0, 2, 3.
Yeah. Anyways, don't spoil.
Oh yeah, it wasn't 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Depends on how you write it, Dave.
It was 1, 2, 2. Oh wait,
January or December.
0011 10101. Periodic table is a perfect sense of mind. Who sings that?
Don't give two shits.
Clutch.
oh,
Oh yeah, Clutch, Dave. How could we forget about Clutch? Oh God, Clutch. Great band, Clutch. I mean, I like them. Do you like them, David?
I'm indifferent.
Oh, okay.
Dave, you don't even know who the they are.
That's true.
Oh, coming in hot, baby.
I felt like it. I feel like getting that out early and obvious.
Fine.
Yeah,
Like it kind of makes like folks chuckle a little bit.
coming in hot.
Because Dave's going to bleep that. He doesn't bleep the quiet ones that get snuck in every once in a while.
Yeah, some of the small, like under the breath, I don't get, but
Because I'll be listening doing my editing work, and I'll be like, Dave missed one.
God.
I mean, I'm posting reels on Facebook for us now. I don't even know what this guy does in the operation
Well,
anymore.
stay in your lane is all I got to say.
Oh, okay.
Stay in your lane.
Oh, if that was the case, we'd post once a week, Dave.
Here we go.
All right.
gee whiz.
Coming in hot. What's going on?
Hey, by
this
the way,
week?
before you, go ahead. No,
No,
go ahead.
No, you first.
No, I'll talk about it as we come around the
Okay.
horn. What's up? Tell us about your week.
Well, obviously our blood pressure this evening, coming in guns hot, but that's fine. That's good. It's good to do that. 2024, we're setting the tone. Flood Road absolutely jammed at the Legion Sunday night. Those kids have got something magical going on. Look at him. He's got his Apple Watch on. Is it the broken one or did you get your new one?
Got my new one. Thanks for
Nice,
airing that dirty laundry. Janelle doesn't listen to the show.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Who cares? Yeah, right. Yeah, because she doesn't listen to the show. Neither
Yeah.
does my wife. So it's
Yeah.
a big deal. It does look good though.
Yeah,
It's a
thanks.
big one.
Appreciate it.
Fine looking watch.
But the Legion Sunday night was electric. That was a great environment for those kids. They played for like 2 hours. What is 11:45 minus 9 o'clock? Because that's how long they played. Yeah, 2 hours 45 minutes. I guess is what David just said. But they kicked ass the whole time, and we got a pizza on the old stone on the CGI fireplace, and I'm ecstatic about it.
So technically, that's a pizza oven now, Dave. If there's any questions.
Yeah, see, it's a pizza oven, wood fired. But other than that, recovering from New Year's Eve, I did not drink a drop, zero, nada. I
Had
drank
3 beers.
I did. I drank. Well, now you say that, I probably drank 2 or 3 beers during the day prior to our departure. Went to the skate palace, did some skating. I didn't. Kids did. And then New Year's Day, absolutely loved it. Didn't do jack shit besides eat cabbage.
How'd you cook yours?
My mom does it. Just boils it with ham hocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. With salt
We
and
did it.
pepper
We
and stuff.
cubed it. So this year I cubed it. I used to make it like campfire style. And so this
The
year,
foil thing?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's killer.
tint it. Yeah. So this year I cubed it, sprinkled her with a little bit of olive oil,
Oh, yeah.
hit it with some seasoning. We're talking salt, pepper, garlic, the basics.
SPG.
Yeah. And then I went ahead and I said, you know what? This stick of butter, you belong in this cabbage.
That's right.
And then kind of sprinkled it on
Can't
top.
wait for the comment.
And then guess what?
It was good.
Well, it was good, but then I
Oh,
took some
sorry.
bacon and laid it over the top.
Yes.
And that stuff
I can feel
was
my neck pulsate
delicious.
as we speak.
I
Delicious.
forgot cabbage.
Oh,
Well, Dave-
pork?
Dave's not going to make any
Had
money this
leftover
year.
pork loin.
Well, there you go. That's fine.
My father-in-law called and said, "Hey, we're having cabbage. You guys want to come over?" I'm like, "Oh man, I've already got a pork loin going." So he didn't go over there because I already had food going.
Oh, I definitely drove to my mom's and got a gargantuous bowl of cabbage, cooked
Yeah.
cabbage, and then like probably a half rack of ribs. The kids ate those. I had some cabbage and what the hell else did I have? Some other stuff. Some other like traditional.
Yeah,
No black eyed peas though. I don't get down on those. But then
they had some good tins.
watched. Hey, watch Big Blue.
Yeah.
Big Blue.
Hey, no, I'm going to stay.
Well, no, I'm going to say it. Where are you at now, McHugh?
Oh, no.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Oh,
Did you see
no.
all the TikToks of the locker room?
I did.
Yeah. That's ballsy.
Blitz, Bama.
They're probably going to get their ass beat, though, by Washington.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
That's
gonna be a
they just lost.
fight.
They just lost their running back.
Who? Washington?
Washington.
Yeah.
Was it because of the portal?
No.
Or did he opt out because he don't want to get hurt because of the draft?
No,
Did you see all that crap?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Oh.
Are we still on your opening thought?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He got hurt, and he'll be down. I don't see
That
Penix
sucks.
putting up the performance like he did against Texas.
Yeah, former
I
IU
think-
guy.
I think Michigan. Yeah, he doesn't want nothing to do with the Hoosiers anymore.
No.
Because somebody asked him, like, "Hey, got love
Can't
for
say that I
IU."
blame him.
Well, our buddy, friend of the program, Curdy G,
Fellow produce bag here.
our friend Curdy G.
Yeah.
Obviously big IU Hoosiers guy.
Hey, how excited were you the other night when you got that photo?
I was
How long did you believe it? Point 1, 2,
well, first
5
off-
seconds.
First off, I knew after what was edited out by Smoke during our conversation about time zones, there's no way he's letting you on a live mic. Like, I felt pretty safe in that.
I was at the ball game at the Baird Classic, and I snuck down behind the scores bench before the championship game and was talking to our buddy Curdy G, Brad O, Mr. Kelly Murphy, another legend, and then Scotty Solomon, host of Good Time Gold, and then
have you guys
Ross Foos.
guys buried your beef there?
oh yeah,
Okay.
we're good. Yeah, we're totally
Because
fine.
you said some things about Scott. I mean, I
it's
don't want to
okay.
bring it back
yeah,
up,
no,
Dave.
just pick the scab off one more time. That's fine. Scotty Solomon is a legend, and he always will be.
Yeah,
one of
there
my
you go.
favorites. But anyway,
Tri-State Treasures, our friend Mitch Carter would say.
Big fan of the show.
Curdy G.
Mitchell Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I was
think?
just dropping that in there.
Seen him at the Legion.
Do you think he's going to invite us to his wedding?
Yeah,
I would say we're going to MC
You
it.
said that very
I
confident.
did. Then I.
What if he lets us host a live podcast at his wedding?
I thought we were MCing his wedding.
That'd be wild.
Or we're going to marry him?
You are an officiant.
I can, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I can hold something.
The
Dave,
the rings,
you could be the guy that sings
The
as
ring
she
bear?
walks
the
down
hold the books.
Oh, yeah.
I can be a book holder.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Curdy G had
Let you sit in there.
had a picture of him and I taken
Oh.
together, and then he sent it to Casey, and he said, "Ready for the call."
Oh, boy.
And Lindemann immediately wrote back, "Say it ain't so." I'm sick to my stomach even thinking about it.
Yeah, it is. Roscoe Foose does a great job.
Yeah, great color guy, awesome, a good fit.
Yeah,
Him and
those
Kurt
guys,
do a great
you know,
job.
Curdy G wouldn't just allow any slob to sit by the chair next to him. And
by the chair, or in the chair.
in the chair
Okay.
by Curdy G.
Yeah.
So, but I love supporting the Raiders. I love going. Firm believer in it. That's why I'm back in the community I grew up in. But
Me too.
when you have Curdy G on the call,
It's nice to sit back.
it's
and
nice to just be at home and listen, or be in the vehicle, or out
listen.
doing something.
Before WBDC went digital, and you didn't have that just a tick of lag, my mom sat in the bleachers and watched her own son play basketball
Yeah,
with a set of headphones on, listening to Curdy G's call.
I love that.
Every game.
You used to see it all the
Basketball
time.
and football.
You used to see it all the time. There'd be those guys. I mean, and when you got a good guy like Curdy on the call, yeah, it's worth it.
Awesome. But other than that, man, New Year's Eve was, I've had better. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But other than that, we made it home safe. Everybody had a good time. Kids had a blast, and spent the next day just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, David,
Well, Friday,
David Michael,
David Allen.
David Allen.
Mhm.
I knew that.
Friday, I put me a brisket on my Green Mountain Grill.
Shout out to our buddy Nick Merkley, Southern Indiana Hardwoods.
I aimed to put it on at 4, but I had some wind problems and didn't get her on there till 6.
Can I ask a question,
Go
please?
ahead.
Yeah.
Your Green Mountain Grill sits on the east side of your home, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where do you run into a lot of wind there?
Man, I get this crazy
South?
thing. It like comes from the south and wraps around the house and then just shoots right up to the grill like a wind tunnel. It's bizarre.
Okay.
Mine's
Real
on the,
cold wind.
mine's on
Friday
the
and
south end of the house, like kind of under that carport area. And sometimes the smoke will go east, sometimes it'll go west.
Saturday. Yeah, mine was whirling around.
Whirling.
But cooked a brisket for 26 hours.
Holy cow.
So I was up real late Friday night.
Them's a lot of pellets.
Lots of pellets. Geez, yeah, don't get choked up about it. Luckily, we got a guy for that.
Good grief.
We do. Is there some water in that tea kettle back there?
Yeah.
I feel like the air is getting a little dry.
But so smoked me a brisket for 26 hours, and we had a house full of.
Could you cut that some bitch with a fork?
You cut it with a plastic knife, like.
Because that'd be pretty tender.
Oh, it was tender. It was tender.
I was thinking more like a chainsaw. Good grief.
No. You could about cut it with your mind bullets. But anyway, so we did that. We had folks over Saturday. That was a good time. I did some, visiting and cooked some ribs and some pork loin as well as a brisket. So we had the whole bongo going on there. Cleaned the shop. Had folks over for New Year's Eve to bring in 2024. Got a permitted driver in the house now.
I saw
Oh,
that.
my.
Hey, is that boy skipping leg day? 'Cause
Game
it-
changer.
No,
Okay, I
If
just
you
wanna
see
make
him
sure.
in his gym shorts,
it's the britches he was wearing. I
yeah,
thought
they're
that
kind of
was
reminiscent of
Gym
the
trunks.
them gym trunks. Yeah.
kind of reminiscent of them parachute pants from back when I was a youngster.
Yeah.
Because they
40
cuff
years
at the
ago.
bottom. They cuff at the bottom.
Joggers is what they call them.
I'm telling you what, that kid, he's putting on. He's been working his butt off. It's
I
showing.
want to see him out there on the diamond.
Oh, he's been
Now that the
practicing.
calendar's turned over a little bit, I love basketball. I love what Coach Haywood and the Raiders are doing.
Look at this here. Oh, hardwood maze with it.
Hardwood Mace, sponsored by Reebok.
My brother specifically bought this shirt for me for Christmas just because it said fucking basketball on it.
Hardwood Mace. He doesn't want any confusion why it's hardwood.
Yeah, hardwood.
Hardwood Mace.
Next year, I have to bring out the old Jenna smoker. She can get hardwood mace put on the back.
You know,
of it.
No, put it on the other breast.
Oh,
over there.
right there on the other titty.
On the other titty. Yeah.
Yeah.
solid C cup, just in case you're wondering there, YouTube commenter, YouTube sexy.
Anyway, it was a great weekend. We did lots of traveling around Christmas, but the whole week, even though we had a bunch of people in and out, it was just one after another of hanging out. God dang kid's neck is wider than his head.
Yeah.
He's been putting the work in.
Good.
But anyway, just a real good weekend. Got a lot of chores done. I've been wanting to do. Played pool on the pool table. That
Oh,
thing's not
bullshit.
I did.
I thought you just bounced him around on the floor and used your Harley for a backboard.
Yeah, well, we got a little bit of that damn near going on too.
You didn't dent the Harley, did you?
No, he
Hell
said he
no.
was about to have a stroke, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lots of little fingers
Tough
throwing pool balls around.
Yeah, it is a tough spot.
But you'll get that on those bigger jobs. Anyway, that's all I had.
What about you, you beautiful bastard?
Well, so we had a perfect New Year's Eve.
Super, super jealous. By the way.
Janelle and I kicked around a few ideas. Obviously, our children are 5, 3, and now 1. But at the time, he was only 2, or he was only
11 months.
Unreal.
Yeah, Benjamin Button.
Got an old
Time traveler.
Got an old hot tub time machine up there on the hill.
Curious case of Benjamin Button. But anyways, Janelle and I kicked around. I said, "Hey, our boys, Flood Road, going to be at the entertaining at the Legion," and she said, "Yeah, I know." And I said, "Yeah, I'd like to go. I think maybe." And
Very
then-
tight.
And then it was one of
Very
those
tight.
deals where I was like, maybe it'd be just a good night to spend at home. And so we went and had dinner over at Papa Frank's. I'd made some homemade coney dog sauce.
Oh.
And we had some dogs, and young Corey had made a meatloaf. So it was kind of a split dinner. He's like, "I'm making meatloaf." And I was like, "Man, I'm already balls deep in making coney dogs right now because we have some hot dogs to use up."
Talk about your meat-heavy meal.
Yeah.
We
Sounds
got coney
perfect to me.
dogs and meatloaf.
Yeah.
God, what amazing.
Not the first slice of bread.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up in that meatloaf.
Carnivore diet. So we then we left, and I said, and I don't know how to deal with this, but my daughter seems to think that old William Smoker and our boyfriend. Well, she doesn't say girlfriend. She said my boyfriend William.
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, so
Now, are they classmates? They are, huh?
They are, yeah. So I thought maybe because William's a boy and a friend that's where that run together, and that's what I'm going with.
Yeah,
because I know them smoke. I know this old hound dog
They
right
got
here.
them dog in 'em.
I know this hound dog right here. And damn if I'm gonna have my precious little girl run around with one of them roughneck smokers.
Uncle Pork Chop used to call them hairy legs. As soon as you got them hairy legs coming, like if you get a trampoline in your yard,
Yeah,
when your daughter gets older, that's a magnet for them hairy
we
legs.
ain't getting no trampoline. So, anyways, from the back seat, Zoe was like, "Oh, I want to go see William," and we don't allow our kids to make very many decisions because they're kids. And I said, "Hey, we need to stop by and see Dave, even just for a little bit." Jenna hopefully will still be up. What time she get to bed, by the way?
We actually, like, the ball dropped. We'll be getting to that later. Ball
Okay.
dropped.
All right. Okay. Because I called bullshit on it at the moment. So, anyways, we came out here for probably 10, 15 minutes just to say hi. Retman was sleeping out in the lady tank, and we rolled south to 1025, got Rhett to bed, popped in a movie, legitimately finished like 10 minutes before the ball would drop, opened up a bottle of champagne for Janelle and I, the sparkling cider for the kids. We kind of had a few sips. Next thing you know, ball dropped. We cheersed, we toasted, we smooched, we hugged.
Oh, yeah.
Kids were in bed. We were in bed.
Nice.
Lights out 12:15.
That's all.
And it was perfect. So New Year's Day, made that cooked cabbage I described earlier, black-eyed peas, and I smoked me about 3 racks of ribs. Turned out really good. And then we fast forward through, went back to work on the 2nd, worked today the 3rd. Obviously, Retman turned 1.
Huh?
And then I'm leaving for Dallas tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
The American Baseball Coaches Association
Oh, yeah.
conference.
The ABCAC.
Well, I don't think they throw it.
EFG.
Yeah. Head coach Gene Mattingly, bench coach Andy McHugh, and then Peyton Mattingly, varsity assistant of the Lady Raider softball program.
Yeah.
We're all catching a flight, heading on that aluminum can down to Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about taking a parachute. They won't let you.
No.
That's a lie, because I saw a TikTok where a guy took a parachute on a Spirit Airlines flight.
Bullshit.
No, I've seen it too.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave. I think somebody told you wrong information.
Hey, enough of this parachute talk. Let's get into hour 1.
I agree. Let's do it.
Hour 1 is presented by Matt Krieg of Krieg Insurance. Listen, it's 2024. We all make these grand plans and have wild resolutions that, statistically speaking, we don't keep. But one resolution that is super simple and you should keep is talking to Matt about life insurance. Listen, no one wants to talk about life continuing on after their passing. No one wants to consider that, but it happens. And a lot of times people do not plan accordingly. Make a plan with Matt that will take care of your family in their time of need. They shouldn't be worrying about paying bills or having money to cover groceries during their time of grief. Get that peace of mind that they will be taken care of. Give Matt a call today. He's always there to help. Hey, thanks to our buddy Matt Krieg here for hooking us up with hour 1.
Yeah, go. Hey,
Put her there. Hey, brother.
Matt was here Christmas Eve. It was a good chance to say hi and see his twin girls. And
Christmas Eve?
his lovely bride.
Christmas Eve or
New Year's
Eve?
Eve.
Okay.
Yeah. But everything, he seemed to be doing well.
Little hood party.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
It is. What you got?
Good, great, grand. Let's go.
What you got, big fella?
Well, I stumbled across the Bloomberg article the other day. I was doing some reading, and I saw something that struck me as just wild. Like, just never in my lifetime, at the ripe old age of 37, did I ever think that I would ever see this happen in the United States of America. But I don't really know how the law, I don't know what the actual verbiage of the law is, other than the simple fact of effective January 1, 2024, the sale of gasoline-powered outdoor lawn equipment is banned in the state of California.
They done lost their mind.
Now, what are you going to do with all those contraband grandfathered?
Well, no, it just says California ban on gas power lawn tools take effect in 2024. Now, I'm not going to sit here and read.
So you can't sell them.
So you got one of those pre-banned weed whackers.
Or you're
Pre-ban.
bootleg because you're going down across the border in Mexico. You're not bringing drugs back. You're bringing back an old steel weed eater.
Well,
Them sons of bitches got the lawn equipment loophole going on over there.
Yeah.
My granddaddy gave me this when he was 12. Bullshit, it's a brand new model.
So, and like I said, I was reading this article, and I'm not gonna name the actual journalist that did it, but let's just say they must be pretty pro this law
Oh, sure.
because it's a perennial annoyance, ruining quiet weekends in U.S. suburbia.
I'm feeling a lot better about my
That's how the
old man get off my lawnmower.
That's how the article starts. That's the first words in this article. The perennial annoyance ruining quiet weekends in U.S. suburbia. And then it goes in to say, like, the roar of the neighbor's lawnmower, the whine of a trimmer, and the howl of a leaf blower.
You know, when I was at Vincent's University,
I like the sound of a push mower or a lawnmower going. And the smells and it's like our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power, like I mean, it was like the whole thing when we went over there for their spring sales event, and like the weed eaters and the lawnmowers and like the whole, like, it's good God, mow responsibly. It's like one of the biggest foundation blocks in this whole freaking podcast is like about mowing and weed eating and doing all that shit.
if you ask Zoe's boyfriend, William,
Yeah.
you get to the gas station, he'll go, I love the smell of gas.
Oh, good God.
Oh, that's another strike.
I had a hell of a good time till I turned 18. And then I found out what pussy and gasoline was. Famous words of Mr. Jesco White. But the thing is, it's like, okay, now let me say this for a minute.
Boy.
Now,
Can
let
we put this journalist on blast?
I don't know. Do you want to?
I really.
Okay, her
Listen,
name
Can we
is.
tag him?
Hold on. Now, for the sake of this podcast,
It's on the internet, so like surely we
but
can
here's
talk
the
about
thing
it.
about it. Our friend of the program, Matt Crane, who we hope to have on the show soon,
Oh, should we not be picking sides?
we probably shouldn't be attacking journalists until we have a conversation with him. Maybe we put this in the old tickler reminder.
Yeah, and then like
to bring up dumbass journalists who write about stupid shit that they don't know anything about, and because of annoyance for an hour bothers them, but yet they'll go to downtown Los Angeles with a homeless population of 20,000 people, but a goddamn weed eater
And we
is
can't-
what bothers them.
we got to watch out for poop too.
Yeah, got to watch out to poo.
And heaven forbid we have a gas-powered pooper picker-upper. What did our buddy Mitch Carter say that whenever they come up with an
I feel like we shouldn't be named.
no, like a pitch, like you gotta, like you come
shtick.
up, you come up with a story,
you pitch a story.
and then you pitch a story, and then whether if it gets drawn
Well, what
or
crackpot news organization did this person work for?
not. Bloomberg.
Well,
There, yeah.
oh my gosh.
But there you go. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
mean,
we are not.
their founder was the guy that entered the presidential race in the last month, wasted $100 million, and then got out of the race.
You know what it says immediately underneath this article?
Bloomberg doesn't support the views of this idiot.
No, that's 3. You
I know.
met your quota. Calm down here, Nancy.
Hey, new year, new me. I'm coming in hot.
New rule may also trigger debate on similar to gas stove controversy. They're thinking
Oh.
about outlawing gas stoves in California.
You know what happened up on Ruby Ridge?
Oh God!
If you come from
take my propane stove.
you coming to get my gas stove, you're gonna meet every bit of ammunition I've got. I don't care.
Oh man, the California has its way.
I like it.
If California has its way, the racket will soon be on its way out. Now, this article was posted on November 20th of 2023. So little did this person know that it actually did. It went into effect.
This is
But it says that the rule isn't just about noise. It's not a noise control measure. It's primarily aimed at reducing emissions from small off-road engines that are more polluting than all of the cars in the state combined.
Oh, but we don't want to worry about the private jets.
Yeah.
These Hollywood actors,
Here we go.
these business people fly on that pollute just as much. Later in the show, this is a tease, Dave. We're going to talk about Taylor Swift, old T-Swizzle. And if we probably went after the Swifties, it might be some good pub for us because there's a lot of them online. And maybe that, that old adage.
Hey, I saw old girl from last week's a Swiftie.
Old girl from last week. Dave, that's very descriptive, pal.
Your topic.
Gypsy.
Gypsy Rose.
Rose Blanchard.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's a Swiftie.
She's
You better
been
watch
thought
it. She'll
about.
have you murdered.
That's okay.
Oh, God.
But she would have to plant over 2,000 trees to reduce the carbon that she alone has produced this year.
Oh, I'd say she's inspired Wood a time or two.
Just from her airplane. God damn.
Off the rails.
Anyway, it just it struck me as odd because there are so many businesses, which now I will say this. Now, somebody somewhere had to have known that this was coming. And I'm sure the internet's going to call me an ignorant hickerbilly that lives in Holland, Indiana, and that's fine because I am. But if you think about it, Steel, Steel, Echo, DeWalt,
Poland.
Milwaukee.
You're going for battery power.
Yeah, like a lot of these bigger power tool, like outdoor power tool companies have already been making, battery alternatives. Now, I will say this. I do own a Steel handheld chainsaw, like a little unit. And then my dad, I think, got a DeWalt. And then another friend of mine has a Milwaukee weed eater. And they're animals. They do pretty good. So, I mean, that I'm not really concerned with all that stuff. I think it goes back to the whole, God, I don't want to get on this soapbox, but don't tell me what I can and can't buy.
No,
You know
I'm
what I
with you
mean?
there. And I've only been to California twice, so I've got very limited knowledge. But I've been to Santa Clarita, which is a suburb of Los Angeles, and I've been to San Diego. And best I can tell, there's not a lot of lawn to be had there. But what I can tell you about the areas that I've been in is that it's a lot of commercial space.
Yeah.
Been there, one of the 2 times was for like a trade show, I guess you'd call it. And just the amount of the carbon footprint, I guess, that you leave just from keeping one of those places heated or cooled. And then you've got how many sports stadiums are in California because, we got like Lucas Oil Stadium, but that's the biggest one in the state and probably nothing compares to that, I'd say, in Indiana. But out there, you've got multiple professional sports complexes, I believe, right? You've got basketball, baseball, and football and hockey all out there.
I think the thing that kills me is I guess I just don't understand. It says using small gas-powered equipment like leaf blowers and generators ends up being much worse for the environment than driving a car for the same amount of time, which is why California's Air Resources Board have pushed the state politicians to take action. The new law, AB 1346, will require the state to adopt these regulations around these gas-powered tools by July 1 of 2022. And ban their sale start January 1 of 24. I don't know, man. It's wild to me to think.
I'd say they're probably going to end up finding a way to tax them. And I would say most of California is commercial, golf courses or mowing companies. I'd say not too many consumers are out there mowing their own grass in California.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of California, though, Dave. You think about that. Northern Cal, like up there where all those big green, all the pot farms and all that, like Northern California up in the mountains and all these dudes up there, taking care.
This law wasn't written for that.
But I understand that, but that's still blanketly covered. They still live in California.
I'd say, though, it's all these heavily populated places.
For
They're going to figure out how to tax it and make extra money on it to try to figure out how to get their water to come back.
Well, I get that, but I don't know. I was reading through that and I couldn't believe that Jesus Christ. So this is in Car and Driver on the internet. So it's got to be true.
Oh yeah, on the internet.
1 hour of lawnmower use is equivalent to driving 300 miles from LA to Vegas.
What?
In a car.
In what car?
Exactly. 1 hour of leaf blower use is equivalent to driving 1,100 miles from LA to Denver, like in the emissions. Is that because those leaf blowers, the
It's
two-cycle
just because they
oil,
run so rich.
and
I'd
they
say.
burn worse?
Because they're two-stroke. You're burning oil in them on purpose.
Unbelievable, man. I don't know. I guess I'm just ignorant. I guess
No.
I'm just-
I'm not saying you're ignorant. I'm not saying even I agree with it. It's just you get them politicians, and I think we was talking about con artists last week when we got to old Gypsy Rose. What's your nuts?
Yeah.
And that's all them politicians are. They're just trying to figure out.
So
how
this
to
guy,
pad the
so this on Car and Driver, this opens up to like a thread, it's almost like a forum, right? Like so there's
Yeah,
a bunch
yeah.
of comment thread. The first guy, what about forestry chainsaws and large scale trimming work where you don't have access to an electric outlet? You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine all these? There again, Northern California.
But I am
timber
pro
cutters.
electric vehicle and pro electric everything. But the amount of power it takes to charge all those things, I mean, you're not. It's not like
Where's
a
that carbon?
trade-off.
Where's that carbon?
That's what I'm
foot-
saying.
Yeah, like
And
there's-
you're probably worse for the place that the power plant is because you're a highly concentrated amount of carbon footprint in one area.
Honest question here. What about all the old batteries? Surely they'll be an issue. I know recycling can be an option, but what about people? How many people out there will actually do so? Seems like that issue is more
Oh, boy.
worse than the one thinking about it.
So I was doing some research as this goes on.
I noticed.
And I know that I'm labeled as anti-green energy. Shout out Shirley's. But here's my problem with it. I don't know that you can do it on a large scale. And that was my whole point way back when I hijacked your topic about electric vehicles. I think it's great in theories. You want to know who has one of the worst electric grids in this country?
Yeah.
California.
California.
Do you want to know who's backed away from shutting down some of their energy plants because they've recognized and realized they cannot produce enough energy for their citizens?
California.
You
That's
want to,
why they're shutting down weed whackers because they got to.
but here's the problem.
So much pollution.
12 billionaires. 12. 1, 2. 12 people.
Between 10 and 13.
12
11.
billionaires' climate emissions outpollute 2.1 million homes. 2.1 million homes. 12 people outpollute for what they do. Let's see.
We could read until we are blue in the face about how this law doesn't mean it's stupid.
But the
because of the, like you said,
But do you know
12 people.
The crazy thing of it is, I was reading an article, and it was a scholarly article about
Esquire.
yeah. Anyways,
To be fair.
but it was talking about mining for these precious metals. You need copper, you need cobalt, you need zinc, you need all these other things.
Lithium.
Lithium.
yeah.
I challenge
nasty.
anybody that wants to die on the clean energy hill to go ahead and check out how you get those precious materials.
Oh, I know.
I want you to go do the research and look it up. Because if you're going to Africa, guess what? There's kids in those mines picking those precious metals.
Yeah.
There's
They're
mines.
also digging coal.
There's mines bigger than what some of we would think local coal mines are.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've gone to get these metals.
You can see it from space.
And the problem of it is you can't produce at the max level.
no.
And in Elon Musk, his business is Tesla. He's in the green energy thing. Elon, how are we going to do this? Technology's not there yet.
But it will be.
It will.
could be.
But when?
Right.
Well, but
For
it's
you right
again
now,
back
for-
to solar panels
For
So
states to mandate this stuff right now when it's not possibly
Agreed.
feasible
No, agreed.
is
I think
unreal.
When my dad, when they said, I think this is me shooting from the hip, and I don't have time to fact check it, but the grid in this area is not necessarily conducive to solar
DC power feeding back in.
Exactly, because of the AC/DC difference. And I think in order for, I can't remember what number my dad said one time, in order to like retrofit that small little juice box down there on the river where my dad works, in order for it to be conducive for that, like solar and renewable energy, the multi-millions of dollars that it would take in order to make it feasible. And it's not. It's not.
You know where we really need to be? Nuclear.
Oh, well, AEP's, the company my dad works for, they have a couple of nukes. They got a couple plants.
And I understand, like,
Until
there's...
that bitch leaks and then we all start growing horns.
We're probably growing them anyway, just slow.
Yeah.
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 I guess all I'm saying from a technology standpoint, I don't think I'm sure solar panels have advanced. And I've said this on the podcast before. But what made the difference is how efficient everything else has become. LED light bulbs.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, incandescent light bulbs, I imagine a solar panel wouldn't keep your house lit up for 2 or 3 hours.
No way. Not a chance.
But now with the low power consumption of light emitting diodes.
Don't get me. Yeah.
It's just now, but heating and cooling still an issue. We haven't figured it out. There's a lot to overcome there.
For sure.
But TVs are LEDs, sound, everything else other than the damn heating and air.
Yeah.
Pumps are expensive.
Yeah.
Or they're inefficient, I guess.
Well, this brings me to the closing statement in this topic. We don't live in California.
Hell no.
Go see our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power and get your new Echo Weed Eater.
Hey,
blower
if
anytime.
Indiana came for our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power,
We'd fight them.
I'd chain myself to the front door over
Yeah,
there.
we would do a public protest.
Hell no, we won't go.
Hell no. I'd want
Hey,
to
and I just want to let the Shirleys know before the next time I see them, I am not anti-green energy.
Mm-mm.
I'm not.
No.
Part of me doesn't believe the government should mandate it, which, Dave, you should be proud of that.
I am proud of that.
The other part of it is the technology's just not there.
All right, big fella, what you got?
Well, we're going to change gears and get into another abstract thought, Dave. An abstract thought exercise.
Okay.
All right, I'm with you.
And here's how it all began. My favorite movie to watch of all time is It's a Wonderful Life.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Is that what that is?
Yep. You got
Never
it.
seen it
I've ever
myself.
seen it.
Really?
No.
Shame on you.
Christmas movie, correct?
Yeah. And
I mean,
actually,
or has it
it is.
just stereotypically has been?
Yeah, well, actually, when it first was originated, it wasn't billed as a Christmas movie,
right.
but it has grown into that, which I don't understand that because it just reeks of Christmas. Like, not reeks in a bad way, but it
Yeah.
the Christmas theme is strong there. So anyways, I try to watch it every year because it's a great reminder of how...
We did watch the A Christmas Story. We did watch.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
But it's a good reminder of how good we really have it in life. You could take away the money. You could take away the nice thing. Well, we don't... Janelle would say we don't have money. We don't have nice things, which she's right.
Bullshit.
But compared to some other things, I got my friends.
That's right. Hell yeah.
Got this podcast, got Couch Guy. We got good people around us. We're very fortunate, very blessed. And It's a
Too
Wonderful...
blessed to be stressed.
And It's a Wonderful Life is a good reminder that even in the darkest days and most down moments I run into, I am very fortunate to have a wife that loves me,
Gracias.
3 healthy kids, all that good stuff. So anyways, what I started to think about was, what if movies didn't end the way that they did, as they were written, as they were shot, as they were produced? I.e., you could live in an alternate universe, and this is how the ending could be out. And the part where I've got listed here, It's a Wonderful Life, Saving Private Ryan, Star Wars, Die Hard, Shawshank Redemption, etc. These nonfiction or these fiction movies that are created in a Hollywood lab. And my thought, because there's a part in It's a Wonderful Life that I absolutely hate. And it's when that son of a bitch keeps Uncle Billy's money instead of turning it back over. And I thought, how great would it be if there's a sequel and they're slapping old man Potter in cuffs and taking his wheelchair ass to the pokey? You know what I mean? Because he doesn't.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Never
So
seen
there.
it.
Neither one of you have ever seen it.
No, sounds pretty sketchy. I mean, it sounds like that guy needs his ass.
That's wild that we've never seen that. I feel like you and I and Dave
This just
are usually on the pretty there's not many things.
you've never. I can't.
I know, man.
So let me set this. This
Go
is
to
no,
Shawshank. Have you seen
This,
Shawshank?
well, hold on.
Okay.
But my example is through It's Wonderful Life. So let me just set this premise.
Yeah. do
So
it. Paint me a picture, Picasso.
I will. So there's the Bailey boys,
Got
and
'em.
there's an older Bailey boy.
Uh-huh.
That's George, and then there's a younger Bailey boy that's Harry.
Okay.
So this movie starts in the early, 1912, 1919, whatever it is. So anyways, how it starts out is the boys are sledding down a hill across a frozen river.
Okay.
And they all get there and they get off, and except for when it's the younger Bailey boy, Harry's turn. Harry goes down the hill, but he doesn't stop. He keeps sliding. And he slides to where there's no ice. He falls in. George jumps in and rescues Harry. So George jumps in, rescues Harry, gets Harry out. George then, and this is tells you the times, gets an illness.
Yeah.
They just say he, had an illness. And
Pneumonia, probably, huh?
part of it was he lost hearing in I think it's his left ear.
Okay.
So you fast forward a little bit. He's recovered. It's summer. And the woman he ends up marrying is sitting in the pharmacy, which back then your pharmacy also
Apothecary.
had a soda shop, a homemade old soda shop.
Oh, yeah.
So she whispers in George Bailey's bad ear, someday I'm going to marry you, while he's making something for somebody else. Well, about this time, the pharmacist, this is 1918 or 1919 because of the Spanish flu, the pharmacist, where they still made the actual drugs through the capsules and they had the powder and they'd make the capsules and do all that other stuff, ended up making poison pills.
Oh.
And he's drunk because he had just got the telegram notice that his son had succumbed to the Spanish flu.
Oh, man.
And so he's had it on a bad one. George catches it. George says, well, I don't think you meant to send these because it's poison. And about that time, the pharmacist slaps George around in his bad ear and he starts to bleed and all that other stuff. Then he points out, hey, this
Now,
is
is this a color movie or
black and white.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you don't ruin this. It's a black and white.
Okay.
They actually colorized it. And James Stewart, who starred as George Bailey, was like, I don't like it. It's meant to be a black and white.
Oh, wow.
So this happens, and then the pharmacist realizes, and he's like, oh, my God, you saved him. Like, sorry. And George is like, I know you didn't mean it. I know your son died. Got it. So then it fast forwards a little bit further. Harry Bailey is graduating from high school. George goes to the party as just kind of that older brother that's hanging around. That's where he gets dancing with the sweetie from the soda shop counter. And then they fall into the pool because this school actually designed a gym floor that retracts off and there's a pool below, which it's actual, if you do a little digging.
There's a pool that does that.
There's an actual pool in California where they shot this, they installed it as like a government works project during the Great Depression. So that's how they meet. They have a night. Well, unfortunately, George's dad has a stroke.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Okay, thanks,
Crazy.
Dave.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Dave. So George's dad has a stroke. When all this is going on, George's dad passes. And there's the Bailey Building and Loan. So think about how old school that. It's a building and loan. It's not a bank, but it's a building and loan. And so that's what the Bailey boys were into, George's dad and then his Uncle Billy. Well, when George's dad passes away, they're at the board meeting and they say, well, if old man Bailey's gone, we just might as well fold this shop up. As you could imagine, a building and loan isn't making a ton of money, probably sometimes tough to pay its bills, but this just shows the hero the Baileys are because they provide an alternative to the slums that are old man Potter, who's the bank owner and owns a bunch of businesses and all that other stuff. So you fast forward to it, George ends up running the building and loan. Well, in the timeline, George is heading to travel. He wants to get out. Like, that's his theme. Like, I want to get out of Great Bedford Falls. Well, the Great Depression happens, and there's a run on the banks. Or no. Take that back. So he stays back. He starts running the shop when his dad. He sends Harry off to college. So Harry goes off to college, comes back. Well, Harry's married to a woman whose dad's in manufacturing in our industry and says, well, Harry's got this great opportunity elsewhere. He's not coming back here, which kicks old George in the dick because he planned on scooting town. Well, he ends up getting married to the same woman that he was dancing with at the graduation.
Fell in the
She had
pool.
come back. Yeah. And so that love story takes off. They get married. They're going on their honeymoon. First chance George gets to travel. Well, they don't, because guess what happens? The Great Depression, the run on the bank.
Oh.
So their honeymoon money ends up keeping the old building and loan open. And then that's how it shows them building their life. Everything happens. WW2 occurs. Harry Bailey wins the Presidential Medal of Honor. The younger brother, because he went off, he becomes the war hero. Old George stays at home, can't enter the military because of his ear. So Harry is coming home. They're going to have a big to-do. Well, the bank examiner shows up at the building and loan. Uncle Billy that morning went to go deposit $8,000. He has it folded up in a newspaper that he accidentally gives to Mr. Potter and says, hey, read this about one of those Bailey boys. He's had success. Kind of flipping the middle bird to old man Potter. Well, Uncle Billy is known as being forgetful. He has the knots.
He can't recall how he misplaced.
Missed the place the funds. Turns out as Mr. Potter goes back, he opens it up. There's an envelope, $8,000 cash. Well, of course, the bank examiner says, you have it on your books that you've got $8,000, but as I'm going through everything, you're short $8,000. Uncle Billy can't find it. They issue a warrant for him, all that other stuff. He comes back. There's a segment with the kids. He's in a bad mood, can't understand, so he leaves. He's got this insurance policy that's worth $15,000, and he's standing on
The bridge.
and he decides he's going to jump in.
Well, he got drunk at a bar first.
Yeah, he went to Mr. Martini's
Yeah.
because Mr. Martini had bought one of the Bailey houses in that Bailey park and had given Mr. Martini a home. And so anyways, George is drunk, wrecks his car, he goes to the bridge. That's where Clarence, his guardian angel, comes in, who doesn't have his angel wings yet. So Clarence appears in the river below. George jumps in to save him. So then they're sitting at the toll booth. The toll workers there, they're talking, all this other stuff. So George Bailey says, well, I wish I was never born. So then they kind of play that, let's rewind all this stuff back. So it goes back to...
Remember, no man is a failure who has friends.
Exactly.
Thanks for the wings.
And so what happens is they play it back. Harry doesn't save all those people and gets the Medal of Honor because, well, Harry drowned that day. The guy that was the pharmacist ends up going to prison because he killed that person that day. His wife turns out to be an old maid because he wasn't there to marry her, and the Bailey building and loan doesn't exist, and everybody's living in these slums in Potterville. So that's when he comes to this conclusion, well, you know what? I may go to prison, but I got my family, I got my wife, I've got all these other great things.
It's a wonderful life.
And it turns out to be, he really does have a wonderful life.
Wow.
So in the whole scheme of talking about this for 10 minutes, the point of it is what happens if Mr. Potter gets arrested? Or let's say George does commit suicide. It turns into a little bit darker. Like there's a lot of those things. So in those other examples I had listed, Shawshank Redemption, imagine if Andy Dufresne, not Andy
Died in
Dufresne,
a shitter pipe.
Yeah.
dies in the shitter pipe. Or
Then-
Morgan Freeman guy
Never got
Red.
out.
hangs himself. Red hangs himself at
what-
the halfway house. So I was just sitting there thinking about like Die Hard. Let's say he fails atop a Yamamoto Tower or whatever it is. Or Star Wars, let's say Darth Vader wins. I just think it would be interesting that you could pick the movie if it turns out that way and say, hey, I want this ending where in Saving Private Ryan, that guy like just died in the battle right before they get there.
Or they never secure the bridge, and those German tanks just truck
Roll
on
right through.
and wipe out the next battalion.
Or Tom Hanks doesn't actually die.
Yeah.
He's like, this mission's dumb. Find somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, I just think
Cold, honey?
Yeah.
I'm hot.
I'm good.
It's probably the bourbon.
It's great.
But that's what I was thinking about. And long way around it, this topic should be now labeled a description of It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
But
No hashtag no need to watch it. Hashtag Lindemann's
covered it pretty in depth.
Yeah.
I bet if you read that from Wikipedia, I'm probably pretty spot on.
like literally verbatim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the movie. It's great. It is.
I
That's
think
pretty-
the
pretty
movies go like
impressive.
that because, unfortunately, I think most of the time that's not a wonderful life.
Well, I know.
Like I feel like that's why
You're
it's
escaping
a movie.
the realities of life.
Because normally Darth Vader wins. Andy Dufresne dies of sepsis after he goes through the shit.
Wallers through a shit tube.
Band of Brothers. The Germans get across the bridge.
Saving Private Ryan. Yeah.
That's the one. Band of Brothers. They didn't find.
Well, and that's why I stayed away from movies that were made with like a historical perspective, because then you're talking about time travel and changing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if the writers at the table decided, hey, we're really going to mess with these people, a Hallmark movie, for instance. We all love the Christmas Hallmark movies.
Oh God.
Big fan of them.
My mom probably watches 40 hours every year.
I could tell you with probably 98% accuracy how this movie is going to play out.
Within the
Because it's
first
the-
20 minutes.
It's the
least likely thing that would happen in real
It's
life.
the same description of everything that they do.
Yeah.
And what if that one time Hallmark's like, you know what? Let's really mess with people. Let's write this to where that son of a bitch goes back to New York City and leaves the old country girl with her child at home.
They
with
wouldn't
her-
make any money, man. Nobody wants to
Are
watch
you
real
kidding
life.
me? That,
Yeah.
But it's all about viral hits. You know how big of a hit that would be?
Yeah.
If they premiered that one on like December 1 or whatever it would be, or Black Friday, there's the big premiere for that Christmas movie, and it turns out
Instead of this heartwarming, big juicy makeout scene in front of the town square Christmas
as it
tree,
starts to fake snow,
this dude's getting on an airplane to go.
back to his supermodel girlfriend in New York and his $1 million a year salary.
Oh, shit. Hey, this weekend was fun. I'm gonna go hang out with my bros. And
Yeah. Hey,
slay it.
Hey, it was good to see you. Glad you haven't changed much from high school, but old Giselle back in New York is a little bit taller, a little bit prettier, and makes a hell of a lot
She's
more
got
money.
more
than you.
money than you. Yeah.
Dave, what you got?
I'm gonna have to look.
Am I the rowdy friend?
Oh yeah. So I kind of been trying not to get too in depth because I knew my topics are. Friday I cooked a brisket. I stayed up all night long. Stayed up till 2:30 in the morning to flip the brisket.
Do you
Took
have
a
to
nap.
flip the brisket?
Yeah, there's a time where you go from fat up to fat down. Or at least the recipe I follow.
David's which is mind blowing to me.
Okay.
He is probably like when it comes to like following recipes, you pretty much you're right in there.
Yeah, I try to.
Why would that surprise you?
No, it doesn't. I'm
Okay.
just saying like when it comes to, like smoking meats and things like that.
But I don't preheat the oven for pizza though.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
He almost didn't preheat his smoker before he put this damn
I've never preheated before until I talked to Mace. I always put it in and
like
turn
an
it on at
hour
the same
like
time.
our smokers,
Yeah.
the Green Mountains that him and I have.
Yeah.
Like they have to go through a process in order to
Oh, no. So does the Camp Chef.
yeah,
that I
like
know.
they get up to like a thing.
Yeah, it's like a 6-minute process.
yeah, or whatever ours is, whatever it goes through steps 1, 2, and 3, and then once it gets to 150,
Makes the auger, make sure the auger's full of
once it
pellets.
gets
yeah.
to 150, then it allows you to adjust your temperature from there. He just throws it on right out of the gate, like the whole.
I normally throw the meat on, then hit the on button.
You'd be that guy.
That's what I mean. But I told him, I said, David, that piece of meat is only going to absorb smoke for the first 45 minutes that it's on that grill. You can read all you want to read, but it's like 45 minutes is pretty much
45
the
minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like and that son of a bitch smokes, boy, when it's firing up.
Well, I took it to heart.
I'm
preheated.
glad we.
Yeah, we got on
Okay.
the same page.
Hey,
So-
Dave, why does this brisket taste like it's been in a house fire?
But at any rate, so I stayed up till 2:30. I flipped the brisket, and I'd like to spray it once an hour. This cider Worcestershire sauce thing I got.
What kind of Worcestershire sauce do you use?
Action.
Cheap.
Oh, you don't get the
Lee-
No, it's not
Yeah.
Lee. Yeah, no.
cheap
Liam,
bastard.
apparently.
But anyway,
Liam
so I took a
Barron.
nap
Okay.
from probably 3 to 6, and that's when it was time to flip it back to fat up.
Did you freak out?
No, I just got up and I flipped it. But then I stayed up all day because people were coming that night. We had a bunch of people coming that day. So I stayed up, cleaned the shop, got everything going. And it was everything I had. Everything I had to make it till 11. And then it was like a fight till 12:30 because we had some stragglers. You know, people wanted to stay up we haven't seen in a while. And I was like, good grief. You know, like, hey, let's do karaoke. I went through the trouble of setting all the karaoke up. And I was like, nah, I just don't feel like it tonight. Then Sunday morning rolled around. And I was like, babe, we could tell everybody we're sick. And she was like, what? I was like, I'm tired. But we didn't do that. We got up and we got everything going. And folks started coming over. And I have never clock watched so much in my whole life as waiting for that GD ball.
Yeah.
To get to where it was going to drop down. And, 11:30, I was like, well, we probably better start packing it up. Yes, when the missus went to bed, because she was enjoying a couple jealous shots, folks. She was having a good old time.
Well, when we were here, there was that conversation.
David said 100, but I don't think.
No, it was probably 13.
There was a conversation of, hey, Jenna, when are you going to go to bed? She's like, well, my plan is like 12:15. And everybody, there's kind of the reality. It's going to be 2 a.m. You're going to be out here slamming Jello shots, and
She's real good at that. Like, she means so well, and a lot of times she is so well, but sometimes,
no. So I'm glad that I'll make sure to let my boss know that.
yeah,
You
she. So we started packing everything up, like getting food ready about 11:30. I was sure that the antenna was on the right direction to get the ball drop. And that way, it dropped at midnight, and we'll see y'all later.
Is
And
that
we all
right?
packed it in. But there was a time where I'd have been upset, like, hey, why y'all leaving? Stay here. You want me to throw pizza on the CGI stove or something?
That's your pizza oven, Dave.
And,
it's no longer a CGI stove.
And daggone it, it just hit me come Monday that I'm just a big old turd, and I don't like staying up late.
Am I the rowdy friend that's settled down?
I think I.
Have all my rowdy friends.
How late did you stay up on New Year's?
2:30.
Oh boy, how late did you? Oh, you already said 12:15.
12:15.
Now, my situation was a little bit more peculiar because I was sober Sally, and I had to make sure everybody got home and things got put away, and
I got that covered next year.
I played the big dog on that deal.
I think.
Yeah.
How do you got that covered?
Well, we got
Wyatt.
yeah.
I think.
Well, we're gonna do things different. 25 for sure.
I know we're gonna borrow somebody's short bus.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't.
Is there still a bus behind Couch Guy's grandpa's house?
I don't know.
For a long time, there was one.
That's called the cool bus.
I know.
I rode in the cool bus quite a bit.
I'm lost. What are we doing? New Year's
Nothing.
Eve?
We were talking nothing with
we
you.
might have a DD.
Oh, nothing with you.
No, I'm saying we'll have a.
If we're driving the cool bus, yep, see you later. If we're driving the cool bus, you have a CDL
no, you don't. You got to have a chauffeur's license.
and a CDL,
No,
public passenger.
no,
Not if
it's not public.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
public.
I know you're right.
It's
I
a
don't
private vehicle. If you put not for hire on it, you
Anyway,
don't fall under any
I'm
regulations.
just saying we
Fire.
might have.
Shit, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have a.
Well, you said something totally different that we were going to have just a little private shindig, and lock the doors and not let anybody else come in and keep drama out. You were included, by the way.
Yeah, you're a part of that.
Yeah.
Who do we operate with that has a lot of drama?
Well, I mean,
Well, we don't need to air that
I
dirty
no,
laundry.
I don't.
damn.
I think it was just.
how much money you got in your
Put that on blast.
how much money
I think
you got in
that
your
was
checking
just an
account?
in general when it's you get the big New Year's Eve. There's lots of drinking and
It's amateur night. It's
It
amateur
is.
night. It's just
Listen,
just like the
if you
night
want to know
before
the truth
Thanksgiving,
about
it's
it,
amateur
when
night.
we had, so I guess it was last year.
Mhm.
Was it last year that we had it in the house?
Yeah.
that was a good time.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was.
When we weighed our options, of looking at what we're going to do, we considered coming out here, but you had some strangers we weren't, and then we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't understand because you had said Jenna was going to go to bed early.
Mm.
So we didn't know if that was, hey, she's here till 10. She's going to
Yep.
tell everybody goodbye. Janelle likes hanging out with Jenna.
For sure.
I don't know why, but they seem to get along just fine. And so we weighed that option, and then we weighed the Legion option. And it was one of those deals where you could
Tough
stand shoulder to shoulder
Yeah, it was packed.
and be down there.
I
And
thought the floor was going to.
and I want to support our buddies there at Flood Road. They played a great gig for us. But then it kind of got to it where I just told Janelle, as the one, your predicament here where you're talking about slowing down, I was at the Legion not 2 or 3 weeks ago till 3 in the freaking morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't want to do anything New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You made a good point when you talked to me on the phone. It's like you're getting ready. Spring's coming.
yeah,
Baseball's almost here.
yeah,
Rhett Man's going to get mobile.
yeah.
Things are going to change.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to take advantage of those nights where you just sit at home and don't do shit.
Well, and I think you say you're the rowdy friend that's slowed down.
We all are.
I bet, but hold on here. And I tell Janelle this every once in a while. I just need to tie one on. I need to go and just go hard in the paint, like Teddy Hoops teaches you to go. Yeah, he's a point guard.
Yeah.
He ain't.
Well,
over
either
it.
way, just
Yeah,
get after
Yeah, and get after it. Because every once in a while you have to do that.
Absolutely.
It's in our DNA. But he can't do it all the time like he used to. I bet right now if we said, hey, Friday night, we have the all clear from the wives. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to bring around some of our other rowdy friends, and we're just going to have a good old lace the boots up and kick it. You'd be all in. And you'd be
absolutely.
okay.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think
we would burn the midnight
I
oil.
think it's become situational. As we've aged, we've gotten wiser, David. And David, what has happened is
Now, you rewind here a cool 6 months ago, and I was pretty confident that we were drunk every weekend for a long time.
I will be honest.
I don't remember it because we were probably drunk.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I think this show
Maybe
has,
8 months ago.
this
I
show
don't
has
know.
caused us to hang out less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when it comes to
Just the old fashioned sit, and we haven't had sitting around drinking weather.
No.
If you and to tell you the truth, I've been talking about it a lot. I think I'm drinking less because of this show.
Yeah.
I'll have a few beers on here, but I don't seem to have time to just sit down and be like, oh, I ain't got nothing better to do.
Yeah. We got a hobby now, boy.
Which is amazing.
We're running a business.
Which is amazing because early episodes we were pickled.
Yeah. Yep.
We were pickled.
Hey, that's how we got to. It's like the paving machine. We got to. We're paving the way.
But I think everybody gets to this point where they think they've lost their fastball.
Kids, man,
And you've not lost your fastball. You've just worked on developing a different pitch.
we got to change up now.
Yeah.
we got to.
We got a little 12-6
Slider.
curver. We
Yeah.
It'd
got,
be cool if I knew what the hell you guys are talking about.
I know, Dave.
You
You're
Yeah.
gotta-
so-
okay, you got
anti-sport.
more different horses for different jobs.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of having that old barrel horse, we
no,
got
no. We're not running thoroughbreds anymore.
Yeah, we're not running barrel horses. We got a walker now.
Yeah.
We're going to check fences. We're going to just ease on down the line.
But we've learned the longevity of what we need to do. We realize it's more than just a sprint; it's a marathon.
Hell yeah.
And
keep that barrel. We'll keep that barrel pony in the stall.
but that barrel pony's still ready to go.
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay.
But 99.9% of the time, we got the saddle on the walking horse.
Yeah, there you go.
Because for the sanctity of our marriage, we have to keep that old thoroughbred or barrel horse in the garage,
We got to keep her
in
tied
the
up.
in the pen. So I don't think, buddy, I wouldn't overanalyze it too much because I know that we could on a
Push comes to shove, when it's time to buckle up, we can still get down.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'll still take your shirt off at the Legion and shoot pool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
See, there it is. All we need to do is get us some sad country songs, get some of that great delicious
Vietnam chopper music on.
Yeah. So Dave, I
love
wouldn't
you
worry about
guys.
it. But
Hey, don't worry, buddy. Don't
yeah,
worry.
hey, if you were really getting to that point where you were losing it, we'd tell you. We'd
All
be
right,
the first ones to tell you.
I
Like,
appreciate
hey, you
that.
big fat bitch. Quit being a wet blanket all the time.
Yeah.
Huh? Reach down there and grab them cojones and put your purse on
Saddle
the
up
shelf.
one time.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Get that
Dave,
old racehorse
that
out of the
fruity
wagon.
fruit drink you're drinking ain't going to help anything. Grab you a beer and let's get after it. I think you'd be there in a heart.
Fucking A, Ray.
Hey, man.
You know what
brother.
we need? We really need somebody we know to have a good old fashioned bachelor party.
Oh, good grief.
Never been to one.
You've never, what about for you?
Never had one.
Oh, well,
David.
hell.
David Allen Smoker.
What about having a bachelor party for like your how many year anniversary?
Yeah, would you just celebrate with the bride? Because didn't you just,
15.
Yeah,
we should have had it.
That was Sunday night or whatever New Year's
Oh
Eve
my
was.
God.
We
Gosh.
could have a 16-year bachelor party.
Would we do it local or would we go like Louisville?
Oh no, I don't want to go there no more.
Louisville?
Now there's another thing. I will say this: I just soon go here or my house or your house as
I'm with
opposed
you
to,
on there.
or maybe the Legion's fine,
I'll
but
be-
I don't want to go.
I'll be
up.
honest. After my desire to be in some young buck bar
Oh God,
just doesn't. Terrible idea.
Yeah,
Because
or we could go to Nashville, but we're going. But I'm going to the hotel.
Like Nashville, Indiana?
No, like Nashville,
Oh.
Tennessee.
Okay.
But I'm going to the hotel when it gets dark.
Oh, I don't go when it gets dark. I go to AJ's Good Time Bar and I sing karaoke till they kick me out.
Well, that's fine. But I'm just saying, if that's
Can we do a Nashville trip?
we can. Let's do it.
Let's do that instead of a Cardinals game this year.
Ooh,
Are we going to leave the wives behind?
no.
I can't
Look
get
at you. What a freaking hound dog.
No, there's a certain. I tell Janelle all the time. My wife is an angel. She's a saint. She's the sweetest woman I've ever known. Like you put like on my Mount Rushmore, Mother Teresa, my mother Janelle, and then Zoe's probably my fourth up there 'cause she's my little girl. And I tell you what, I tell her all the time. If you would have met me in college and law school
hate
days,
my guts.
you would have never talked to me. I said high school, we probably would have. High school would have been all right, but when I got to that stage where I'm drinking fifths of whiskey a night and drinking and
I think we covered what Woody
Puking
was
and-
doing in college.
at least 14 people.
Yeah, there was a few of them that found out what he was doing.
yeah,
Yeah,
hey, some things are
That's all happened.
left to
Hey,
be
tell
buried.
us what Brado brought for us today.
I tell you what, it's a good thing. You know, we're lucky to have Couch Guy, but Brado does a great job of sending us 3 big things for the week.
That's what
right.
I was doing over there behind the scores bench at the Baird Classic. I was apologizing to him
Why?
because I didn't tell him our schedule.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, we forget that outside of us, that
I
there's
know.
some other people.
Yeah.
Like, it's embarrassing
I
that
know.
Couch Guy is sitting out front of Dave's house on a random Wednesday. Like,
There's nobody here.
our buddy Cord O'Brien who supplies us all that wonderful jerky product. And he's like, hey, you guys recording tonight? Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Hey, about that, Cordo. Which we need to get him in here for an
We
episode.
need to have
Yeah,
like a
for
the Google Calendar with
Yeah.
with a couple
Share
people.
him with the folks.
with a couple people.
3 big things for this week. How much to tip this holiday? We've talked about it before. Tipping culture has changed a lot over the last few years, and many Americans are confused about how much to tip. While there are no hard and fast rules, this article provides a few suggestions for tipping during the holiday season. Brado asks, is 20% still the standard? Do you guys ever vary your tips?
Oh shit! I felt like shit. I felt like a piece of shit the other day. I went into a. It's a chain. It was a chain donut joint. Parlor Donuts, I guess you would say. I think that's what it's called. Parlor
Yeah.
Donuts, where they have those cronuts or whatever. And I paid $35
Yep, I'm out.
for a dozen of those big ass cronuts. Now they're not just your normal run of the mill. They would not be in our Dutchman inconvenience store. These are what you would call fancy donuts, is what the kids like to call. And all I did was like I showed up, I walk in, they say, "What would you like?" And I say, "I'll take 3 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those, and 3 of those." And they put them in a box. And then I pay for them. And then it has a gratuity line on it. And I'm like,
I don't tip.
I didn't. And when I handed it back to the girl, I said, "Thank you. Have a good day. Merry Christmas or Happy New Year." And she's like, "Yeah, thanks." And like, she didn't really get shitty with me, but granted, she probably like a high school age kid. So they're not, some are not as talkative at, 8 o'clock in the morning.
I bet she'd
Saturday.
text the shit out of you, though.
I'm sure she would. Yeah. But I don't know. Like sometimes on those takeout things like that, like I feel pretty rough. But other than that, no, I used to not be a good tipper. And I know people that are not good tippers, that are terrible tippers. But I've married a girl that worked as a waitress for a while. and I know what they have to do and dealing with the public and shit like that. So I tip accordingly.
What about you?
Heavy tipper.
I follow along. This is based on the situation. This is what I'll do. So, using an example similar to your Parlor Donuts example, we'll go to eat at Chicago's in French Lick.
Which is a buffet.
Yeah, it's a buffet.
Yeah.
And they have a tip line right there.
Yeah.
And I never tip. Now,
Do you get your own soda?
yeah,
Yeah. So
you get all your stuff.
yeah. There's no waitress.
But there's a bus boy that comes through.
right.
Generally speaking, I'll try to throw a couple bucks out there
Yeah.
for the bus boy to pick up.
Yeah, but if you're paying with your card, you don't put a tip
I
on
don't
the
put a
card
tip line.
line, but you may throw $2 or $3 on the table for the bus kid.
Similar situation, you go to a Subway. This person puts
Not a
together the
chance.
sandwich, and there's a tip line there. If
I
I pay,
have never done that.
if I pay in cash and there's some loose change, and it's not like an embarrassing amount,
I
like,
usually throw it in the Ronald McDonald, or not the McDonald, but whatever the donation. They all got. The
You
little-
wouldn't tip the kid at McDonald's putting your sandwich together there.
No way. No, I
I know.
You know
And I
what?
wouldn't
You
either.
know what? The checkout window when you pay at McDonald's and right on the outside of
Yeah.
the building underneath there, like if it's like 45 cents or some shit, I would just say, hey, put it in there. You know what I mean? But like if it's a whole ass dollar, no, I'm taking the dollar.
Well, don't go there any further because that's a topic of mine in the future.
Okay.
So this
ahead.
article talks about a few suggestions, and first off, this article, I don't know many of us that qualify for these, but here we go. Live-in nanny, tip up to a week's pay.
Oh my God.
Babysitter,
I do know a full-time nanny though.
babysitter, up to an evening's pay. A barber, up to the cost of one haircut.
Oh yeah, hey, and I have single-handedly seen that. Old big fella raking in some good tips. But with a quality cut,
Yeah.
it's definitely due.
Dog walker, up to 1 week's pay. Personal trainer,
There's one of those in Huntingburg.
a dog walker.
Yeah.
Up to the cost of one session. Garage attendants, up to $30. Package delivery worker, small gift in the $20 range. Many delivery companies discourage or prohibit cash.
Did you see Amazon put a thing on that this holiday season? If you were if you were to say like my driver did awesome, they automatically got $5.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
per delivery.
and that's not from you, like Amazon.
It was from Amazon.
Oh, look at Jeff Bezos having a heart. Doorman, up to $80. Garden worker, up to $50.
Why does the doorman get more than the garden worker?
Garden worker.
Detroit Pistons tie an NBA record with 28 straight losses. The Pistons continued their losing streak Thursday with an overtime loss to the Boston Celtics. It unfortunately marked 28 consecutive losses, which I think update they did win. Brado, I know smoke will be out on this, but have you guys ever experienced a team that you just weren't good on? But have you guys ever experienced a team that you just weren't good on? Or the team just wasn't good? I'd say it's probably the team wasn't good. I can't say.
Well, I mean, like if you were there for the longest time, if you were like a Cleveland Browns fan.
I think he's asking from personal experience.
Oh, no. I don't think
Yeah, I don't think so either.
If you're a part of a team that wasn't good,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been. My freshman year of football, we didn't win a game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's asking.
in
Yeah.
middle school, I was on what they called a pony league baseball team. I think.
That would be the age group that we coach now.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and we had a coach. It's the first time I ever played baseball my whole life.
Hmm.
I was on this pony league team, and they made a team for us last minute because there's so many kids in the county or in the district or whatever.
Yeah.
And the coach quit after the third practice. I feel like that was indicative of something.
Yeah, that is.
So that was the end of our season.
What's
had
the last one
game.
here? Steve Ballmer?
Steve Ballmer, which is a former Microsoft exec, current owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, is set to make $1 billion this year for doing nothing.
Good.
Ballmer, the
Lucky
sixth
bastard.
richest person in the world, is set to collect that much in dividends for simply owning Microsoft stock in 2024. Brado's commentary. Does anyone really know how the stock market works?
I'm all out. No.
Brado, just going to throw it out there. If you're part of the wealthy elite, you know exactly how the stock market works. Just talk to our elected Congress and Senate's individuals, because they seem to make a lot of money for a group of people that only make like
Insider
100.
trading.
Stop it, Dave. Not our elected officials.
Enron.
How does Dianne Feinstein, who had a 35,000-year career as a senator for the state of California, be worth $300 million?
I think your mic cord's catching on fire. Hey, we need to take a break here. We'll be right back.
Today's Pause for the Cause is brought to you by the original OG sponsor of the Wondering Dutchmen podcast, Maxey Barbershop. Listen, your lack of haircut these last 6 weeks is pretty noticeable. It's pretty bad when Gam Gam made you put on the hat for family pictures this past Christmas. Do yourself a favor and head over and see Jay. He'll get you trimmed up, whether it be a sweet-looking fade or just a little off the sides. He'll give you a haircut that even Gram Gam will be proud of. Go see Jay over on 13th Street in Huntingburg today.
And we're back. Big shout out to our OG Maxey Barbershop. He doesn't even know that he's sponsoring the Pause for the Cause. We just basically did the ad,
We just took it from him.
and now we're going to send him an invoice.
I hope he's not going to be upset with us.
Pay now, sir.
Are you going to pay now?
He can avoid payment by bringing a little brisket to the table.
Oh, boy. That'd be great. Yeah,
Briskets.
man, I'll tell him that.
Yeah.
Briskets
Yeah,
and
we'll
beer.
take another pan of those burn ends.
Oh.
Very nice.
Well, nice.
But
Okay.
hey, go get your hair cut. Big Mace, you get a lead off hour 2 like you always do with a very enthralling topic about...
How about an ad read?
First, let's hear from our friends at Catering by Meyer.
Yeah, let's hear from him.
Hour 2 is brought to you by Catering by Meyer. Okay. Deep breath. You survived. You got through the holidays, and you took our advice, and you called Catering by Meyer. Now you turn the calendar to 2024 and realize, oh no, I've got a graduation party, or a wedding, or a birthday party, family reunion, wedding anniversary, class reunion, and many more to begin planning. Do yourself a favor. Make one call and one call only. Make it to Catering by Meyer. They will handle your menu and all the food. You still need to call and book everything else with other folks. I mean, come on. Catering by Meyer is busy enough. They can't handle all the planning. Give them a call today. Tell them the Dutchman sent you.
Okay, Big
All
Mace.
right.
Now,
Enthralling topic 2.
enthralling topic about...
Jungle.
Jungle love. Oh-wee, oh-wee, oh.
I'm out.
Okay.
Okay.
Before you
Okay, man.
blanketly say
Hey,
that,
that's okay, man.
let's look into this a
Cesar,
little bit more.
How
in
is
depth.
Cesar, by the way?
Really good.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Tell him we said hi. Like in a normal hi.
The warden.
Don't
Hola,
make it-
amigo.
Hola,
Yeah.
amigo.
Hola, primo. ¿Qué anda, güey? Anyway,
What
well, we're going to speak Spanish a lot in this place that we're getting ready to go to.
The jungle?
Yes.
Los Bravos?
Bolivia.
Ah, Bolivia. They got coffee beans, huh?
Justine and I were watching a movie.
Oh, by the way, I got an idea. I
A
need to
poop
talk to you
coffee?
about. No,
Oh, okay.
another one.
Yeah.
All right,
Bites
down
the dust.
coffee.
Some Arns in the far.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Go ahead. Bolivia.
Justine and I were thumbing through, I think it was on Amazon Prime Video last night. We were going to go to, I was like, I ate a ham sandwich and some carrot slices, carrot sticks, and
Some ranch.
yeah, with hot sauce together.
Yeah.
And then like I think even had like a dill pickle for supper. That's it.
Are you pregnant?
No.
Okay.
And we stumbled upon this movie called Jungle with David Radcliffe.
David or
Radcliffe?
Daniel?
Daniel, not
There
David.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, there you go.
Wizard
Harry Potter. My kids all in, by the way.
On
And
Harry
Marley
Potter?
and Ronald Weasley and Hagrid,
Have they read,
Draco Malfoy.
have they read the book?
No, just watch the movies.
Okay.
They did that one day between Christmas and New Year's, we had another slug day where the warden and the kids, they literally watched all of them.
Between Christmas break and
You
New
did it too,
Year's,
didn't you?
No, I watched all 11 Star Wars movies.
Nerd alert. Wild. Anyway, the movie Jungle was based
I
off
don't know
of...
how you guys do it.
Why? You don't like movies?
No, I'm not against movies. I guess it's just where our kids are
You're
at.
more into like black
Well, my
and white
kids
ones.
didn't watch them with me.
Oh, God. That's even worser. Anyway.
How do
back
you
to the
have
topic.
time to hide?
I don't. I watch them in the living room. Like, Dad, what are you doing? Let's watch a show. I'm like, I'm watching a show. It's Star Wars. Have a seat. And they're like, I'm going to go shoot hoops.
Yeah, but my
Nerd
kids are like,
alert.
Dad, I need some milk, or Dad, I'm thirsty.
Well,
or,
just wait,
Hey,
Casey.
Rhett's
You'll get
climbing
your
up the
time will
stairs.
come. Your time will come. It'll be. Don't worry. The movie
Patience,
Jungle.
grasshopper.
The Jew Jungle.
I don't think you're allowed to say
I
that.
said Jew Jungle, but it's actually about a Jewish guy from Israel, not Israeli.
He is Israeli.
Yeah, Yosef Yossi Ginsburg, born April 25th, 1959. He's actually like
Still alive.
same age as somebody that's very close to me.
David Allen Smoker.
No.
Easy.
He was an Israeli adventurer, author, and entrepreneur, humanitarian and motivational speaker. Gets out of the Navy.
Does he go to the jungle?
Yes.
In the Navy.
He was in the Israeli Navy, and then after he got done with that, he
Bet they had a
decided
different song.
he
The
was going.
Israeli Navy, is that a real thing?
Yeah.
I think
Couch
lots
guy.
of people have navies.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Couch Guy has military service experience. I bet he's never ran into an Israeli sailor. Are they paddling rowboats?
Whoa.
wow.
I think they've got a pretty modern.
We gave it to him. That's exactly what it is.
Wow.
They've
Go
got
ahead.
a modern military.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Very modern. All right, we're on Yosef, the Israeli soldier.
Johann.
Yeah. After
That was
completing his
Ginsburg.
service in the Israeli Navy, Ginsburg, inspired by the book, anyway, he decided that he was going to go to Bolivia
Uh-huh.
and check out the jungle.
Was he hunting Nazis?
No.
Oh,
Boys, you got to get better on your movie summaries.
I know.
mine was brutal in hour one.
Yeah.
And here we are again.
No, I'm going to paint a little broader picture. This dude goes to Bolivia.
Uh-huh.
He's going to go on an adventure because he wants to
Coke
see
trade.
he wants to see the jungle.
Human trafficking.
While in Bolivia, he meets another dude, a Swiss
Army knife?
teacher. They just so happen to get on the same little boat that's going to take them up the river to
Love boat.
take them up the river to this camp where they were going to start their adventure. And they were like, "Hey, I'm going to go on an adventure. Do you want to go on an adventure?" And they were like, "Yeah."
And I like our podcast adventure.
And then
And
they were
touched
like,
tips, and it was magic.
they were
we
in,
didn't touch tips.
they were in a
Yes, we did.
they were in like a Bolivian marketplace,
Coke.
and they met another
Is this a
dude
wet market?
that was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" And they're like, "We are getting ready to go on a hike to the jungle."
That's exactly how they wrote it up.
And then they got approached by another guy that asked Yossi, like, "Hey, are you American?" And he said, "No." And he said, "How about I take you and two of your buddies up into the jungle, and I will introduce
Ding, 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 ding.
I will introduce you to like an actual uninhabited tribe of Indians, native Indians, indigenous, that have not ever been photographed, spoken to, or anything like that."
So how does this? Okay, go on.
One of the guys was an aspiring photographer. His name was
Johan.
that was Yossi. Anyway,
The Swiss Miss guy.
his name was Marcus.
Marcus Aurelius.
Very
Carl was the
Carl.
the tour guide.
There's always a
He was
Carl.
supposed to be Austrian.
Daryl, my brother Daryl.
Yeah. Anyway, they go on this trip. Marcus and Kevin was the photographer. It's all real. This is all real. Like this whole movie was based on a real deal.
Based on a true story. Oh,
The-
hey, don't yawn.
I was taken aback that this is real.
Guys, you would not believe how much reading and like YouTubing that I have done about this because it's so like it was so interesting to me.
Well, tell us about it, Rain Man.
1981 is when all this shit was going down.
Daniel Radcliffe wasn't born in 1981.
Right. Yeah, I know
It's a
that.
movie, Dave.
Okay,
Oh,
moving on. This
the movie.
topic sucks
Sorry.
dicks. What you got, Dave?
No. So we're in the jungle, and they're going to go after this tribe that's never been met or photographed.
Right.
So what happens?
So they get like 6 or 8 days in, and the whole thing's a farce.
Oh,
Carl's got him hoodwinked.
Don't trust a guy named Carl.
Yeah. So he basically took them to this market to buy food. He said they left with rice, beans, and salt, and that was it. And they were like, this is all the food we're going to go on? I mean, this is like a 12 or 14-day deal here. And they're like, no, we're going to hunt. Like, we'll be able to hunt in the
Are
jungle.
they hunting humans?
And he had a shotgun and a machete and some other things. And the first thing Carl shoots is a damn monkey. And Marcus was like, the Swiss dude was so like, couldn't do it.
It looks like a human.
Yeah, like they threw it in the fire, like they did on the movie, like the Meat Eater show, where they singe the hair off, and then it's terrible.
Looks like a small child.
It does, like it's crazy, dude. If you haven't
we don't
seen
need
that,
to go there.
Yeah. So anyway, Marcus can't eat it. Well, then Marcus's feet, he gets
Gangrene.
foot rot, like jungle rot, where your feet are wet for so long that your skin just starts to break down and open up into sores.
Yeah.
Well, then he starts bitching a lot. And the whole squad just thinks he's a big fat puss. Like, hey, come on, deal. You know, what's the deal here? Quit being a bitch and we got to walk here. We got to go meet these Indians. Well, then, like, they get, prior to me telling you that it was a farce, like, I think they're like 8 or 9 days in, and the guy's like, yeah, it's all a sham. Like, you can either go back downriver. We can walk 3 days to get back to a camp to where somebody can pick us up. Or we can build a raft and then like you can go down the river on a raft, but you'll never make it through this one gorge because the rapids are too bad. Well, Marcus is like, I'm not riding a raft, and neither does Carl because Carl can't swim.
Oh.
So like this whole time they think Carl's this awesome jungle badass that has like made good friends with all these indigenous tribe, and they're going to go take pictures, and Kevin's going to make millions of dollars on National Geographic for this
Who's Kevin?
the photographer.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Long story short, Yossi and Kevin get on the raft. Marcus and Carl take off walking. The raft gets hung up in a rapid. They get split up. Yossi loses Kevin. Gets washed through the gorge. Kevin's gone. Can't find him. About, I think on day 19, after all, like Yossi's in there, like he's got a map and he's walking in circles, starving to death, no energy, like he's gonna die, basically. Yossi, all of a sudden here, he said it sounded like a bee, like something buzzing. Buzz. It's Kevin with another indigenous dude. Nope. Tribal guy where they started, like that Bolivian guy, in a damn boat coming up the river
Which you can't have in California now.
to find him. He was out there for like almost 20, it was like 3 weeks and some change. So like 20 some
This sounds an awful lot like Deliverance, but in Bolivia.
20 some days by himself in the jungle as an Israeli, like I think he was 20, 21, 22, 20 years old with rice, beans, and salt. Like he was eating, like I think at one point they said he ate like bird eggs and shit like that, Come to find out, Kevin, from where they had, the farthest they had gone before they split up was 120 miles down this river to where he found that dude with the boat. Like he had washed down the river a considerable, like how he was even alive is a miracle in itself. And then for him to convince a dude to go back upriver for a guy that's been missing in the jungle for already 3 weeks, to waste his time to go back up there to look for this cat was a feat of, was a miracle in itself also.
So which guy was Daniel Radcliffe?
Yosef.
Yosef. The guy,
So-
he was the main dude.
So Kevin dies.
No, Kevin makes it.
Carl dies.
Carl and Marcus Stamm were never seen again. They're still missing to this day.
They
I'm
probably
gonna
just
assume
took up
they're
with
From
indigenous.
1981.
I'm going to assume they're dead.
Oh yeah.
No, they're hanging
toast.
out in the tribe.
They're toast. Because they said they told Marcus and Marcus and Carl were going to walk 3 days back to this camp. But it was 4 to 5 days by raft on the river, just the way the river would wind.
Yeah, because no river runs straight.
Right. So they thought, well, piss on that. We're not walking because Yosef was starting to get some foot rot too. But Marcus's feet were shearing up. Like his feet were getting better. He was bathing them every time they would stop, and they would build a fire, and he would dry his feet out. And he had gotten some salve or something that he had.
O'Keefe's.
He had that in his pack, you know what I mean, before they left. Well, come to find out, Yosef, when he come back and they picked him up and he got right again and everything like that, the son of a bitch moved over there. He currently lives full time in the Bolivian jungle. Like obviously in a probably more inhabited area. But I don't know. That movie really grabbed me. You know, it really grabbed me by the sack and made me do some reading. And some of the photos of this cat, like when he first was found, holy shit. Like it looked like something that you would have seen like at a concentration camp. Like he looked bad.
Why in the hell, if something that tried to kill you, would you go back and live in it, Dave?
I don't know, man.
Maybe that's where he found his peace.
Yeah. And I think that was something like so
Finds
now.
his peace. What is?
I don't know if you never knew what you were capable of, but then that's where you found all your daggone strength.
This is after. So Yosef is on the left. That's Yossi right there. That's the Bolivian boat guy that let him use their boat, and that's Kev, the photographer. That's after he had been eaten, like he had had some substance, and he had taken a bath and shaved and all that shit. Like that was like 4 or 5, 6 days after his rescue. And you see how skinny that guy is.
Their boat
For
captain
folks at home, that's what we're looking at.
looks like a guy that'd be drinking Coors Banquet
Yeah,
at a local
Yeah.
American Legion Hall,
yeah.
playing pool tabs.
Hell yeah.
But these guys, like, they just decided to go, like, I just decided to go for a little walk. Well, turns out, Carl hoodwinked him into going up into the jungle. He was a gold panner. That's what it was. That was his whole deal, was he was going to get him up into that uninhabited area, this river, and get to some of them rock shelves and pan for gold. Because there was an old abandoned gold miners camp that they were actually, where this indigenous Indian tribe was. It was just an old abandoned gold miners camp where they had found a couple nuggets and made it back down to this main area. And this Austrian dude talked these 3 young kids into going up there to see,
And Carl was going to make him work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I said. So Yossi was going on his adventure that he wanted to go on. Kevin was going to take photos for National Geographic, and Marcus was just down to clown. He was just all in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. It was just a wild story how there is no humanly way possible that I would make it. I don't know. I'm sure this comment's going to be great too. I could probably last a month, with all my fat reserves.
Oh, yeah.
With plenty of fresh water and everything like that. But like these guys, they should have both been dead 15 times through this story. I don't know. It's just wild. If you haven't had a chance to go to Amazon Prime and look up the movie called Jungle, check it out. It's pretty good. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit.
And
I was pretty
Glad
fired
you
up.
did.
and that you did. Dave, is there anything that you want to unwind from the jungle?
No.
Any questions?
No. I mean, they're still brewing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go to my topic then.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So I watched a movie with the wife over the weekend
Are you going to give me the whole summary, which
Called-
is actually just like word for word of what the movie is?
called The Jungle.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Actually, I'm going to talk about Taylor Swift.
Hey, Swizzy.
I do kind of want to watch The Jungle now.
Now,
'Cause I'm
Taylor
intrigued why
Swift, that's
people
that
do dumb
football
things.
player's girlfriend.
Oh, you're going to send people awry with that comment.
The
People are going to be upset.
Pat,
Travis Kelce.
not Patrick Mahomes. Then
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes is married
okay,
to Mrs. Mahomes.
got it.
Brittany. Is her name Brittany?
No clue.
Anyways, Taylor Swift passed Elvis Presley as the solo artist with the most weeks at number one on the Billboard 200. So 1989, Taylor's version, topped the ranking this week, giving Swift 68 weeks atop the album chart. Now, that's for solo artists. The clarification here is the Beatles, which was a group, have more weeks at number one
Dude,
now.
what now? Beatles was what?
Beatles is a group.
What were they?
The Beatles?
Yeah. What'd you say they were?
What do you mean they were?
I think he said as a group,
As a group.
Oh,
not as a
So
singular.
this is she passed Elvis Presley as a solo artist. Elvis was a solo guy. She is now the highest ranking solo artist.
Is there another version of 1989?
Yeah, somebody else owns it.
I'll be damned.
There was a big to do about her. What do you call that in music business when you buy?
Catalog.
Yeah, somebody had bought her catalog that was part of her management.
Okay.
What you got in there?
ice water.
That's a fancy blue jug there. How many ounces does that hold?
No clue.
I hope the microphone.
I was kind of hoping that you would just continue talking.
Oh boy, I thought there was a spill on the board.
On the board. How quick did your butthole pucker up?
That's only nothing.
So, anyways, only the Beatles have more weeks at
64.
number one.
Oh,
64?
50.
50.
fit.
Only the Beatles have more weeks at number one than Swift at 132 weeks. Did I miss something where Taylor Swift went from this little country star to this same level as the
She
Beatles and
jams,
Elvis
bro.
Presley?
She jams.
Are you a Swiftie?
No, I just like some of her songs.
Are your kids Swifties?
Not really, no.
Are you a Swiftie?
I remember hearing, I think she was on the music scene like when I was in college in 2006 or 7, my last year.
No way.
I think she had a song or two out, or maybe she was on some TV show.
She was way before that because she's our age, isn't she?
No.
She's early 30s.
I think she's 19 or 20.
No.
What?
She's a young thing.
Are you hired a kite?
No.
She's like our age.
No.
Yeah, I bet she's 32, 33.
She's got the tits of a 12-year-old boy.
Yes, not all women are well endowed. How old is she?
She's 34, dumbass.
Yeah,
So she's a lot younger than me.
because she started out like,
So 5 years younger than me. So when I was in college and I was 22, she'd have been like, 17.
Yeah, which would not mean that she's 18 or 19 now.
Good call. Anyway, I don't think I don't know. I guess I'm surprised she's that popular because I don't think she sings any very good songs. It must be the production. It must be the production.
No, it's not the production. It's the the genre of music that catches the ear of that whole,
she's made her career
She's a
making
teeny
radio songs.
teeny bopper.
Yeah,
like
18 or 19.
Yeah.
I tell you the truth, I couldn't, like, if you played 3 songs and said which one's Taylor Swift, I probably wouldn't know.
That's wild to me because
I would.
you're a music connoisseur.
Yeah, not
But
of
do you
anything
know
on the
anything
radio.
after her country career? See, that's
she
where
is country, isn't she?
No, she left country music probably 10 years ago.
Huh.
Like, is that safe to say? When did it say she left country?
I don't know. Like, I'm just looking at, like, dude, she's got so many songs that are just nutty. Like, her first album come out when?
2007 or 6.
Yeah, 2006. What's that one called?
Probably like Down on the Farm.
Just a studio album is all it says here. But That one looks pretty country-ish, and she looks very young.
Was it on a fire truck?
And
Is there a
hot.
fire truck in
She's
it?
pretty hot in that one. Man, oh man, it's pretty good looking there.
Oh, that was an inside whip.
So how many albums has she done?
Probably 12.
I don't know, dude. I'm still scrolling, and there's a shit ton.
Well, you figure 2007 to 2023 is like 17 years or whatever.
So you do a studio album, what, every 3 years probably?
Oh, she's probably doing an album a year because she's got live albums. And then I think since her catalog got bought, she's like redoing albums she already did.
Well, because that's
I
what
bet
happened
she's
in
in the 20
1989.
album range.
So what happens if you buy that catalog?
That's 10.
10?
The American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift has released 10 original studio albums, 4 recorded studio albums, 5 extended plays, and 4 live albums. She has sold an estimated 114 million album units worldwide, and in terms of pure sales, tallied 37.3 million in the United States and 3.34 in the United Kingdom.
But isn't she making billions on that concert or her
That Eras tour? I think it was over $250 million, or close to $250 million.
She has 243 songs, counted from the bottom to the top. The hits, the flops, the deep cuts, the covers from her Raw 2006 debut as a teen country. I don't know how to say this word. Ingenue. Ingenue. How you say that word?
And
Ingune. Inguine? I don't even know what that means.
that doesn't make any
Too
sense.
drunk to taste this chicken.
Couch Guy's got
Oh
something.
yeah, 1.1 billion US dollars. She's now a billionaire.
She's made $1 billion.
That was as of October 30th, 23. So she's actually probably up the ante on that a little bit.
Yeah.
All the way up to Midnights and 1989, Taylor's version. Every fan would compile a different list. The beauty of it. But anyway, that's insane, dude. Yeah. So she's like, so how? Let's compare her to the Biebs. Remember when the Biebs kind of hit hard when we were. How old were we when the
Aren't they
Biebs?
both Canadian?
No, Taylor Swift's American.
Is she?
Yes. She's from like Oklahoma or Kentucky or.
I thought her folks were on
I
like
bet you $1,000 bill she ain't from Kentucky.
No. If she's from America, it's awful Canadian, like Minnesota.
She's from America. She's American. She's American.
Yeah, I bet she's on the northern
This is
line.
embarrassing.
She's from Kentucky. Oh.
Say that.
She's from the UP.
Uper? No. I don't even know where
She's from Pennsylvania?
Bullshit.
What town? Reading, Pennsylvania? Where in the hell's Reading, Pennsylvania?
There's a song about it.
Nowhere near to Canada, I tell you that.
You really went with Canada? I
thought she was Canadian.
What I don't well, I think what distinguishes her career from the Biebs' career.
The Biebs is Canadian.
Yeah, Biebs is straight up Canadian for sure. National treasure.
He's
kinda
a Canuck.
kind of like Drake.
Oh, yeah, another
Drake's
Canuck.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Isn't
What was that show that he was on that we used to watch? Degrassi.
Oh,
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No. You remember in school when we watched
Degrassi
Degrassi?
Junior High? Drake
Yes.
was on that?
Yes, he was shot in. He was shot. He caught some.
Isn't Ryan Reynolds from Canada?
No. Yeah, he is.
Holy shit. Oh, Jimmy Brooks
Yeah,
from on
He was in a
Degrassi
wheelchair.
Junior High. I'll be
he was in a
damned.
wheelchair.
He
He caught a bullet in the back, and then he.
Now, Jake Epstein, well, is he related to Jeffrey?
You'd have to ask Bill Clinton.
Hey, who's excited for that list to come out?
It's dropped.
Has it really?
Yeah,
but they
they-
haven't publicized it yet, have
No, why I saw I was scrolling through Twitter 4 hours ago, supposedly.
they? Can't wait for those juicy details.
Uh,
Did you hear did you see the Jimmy Kimmel shit? Oh, snap. Oh, allegedly, Mr. Allegedly must have, or actually, no, it was Mr. Rogers.
yeah, Mr. Rogers
Must have dropped a bomb on the.
Well, you know what he said.
Pat McAfee show.
He took a swipe at Jimmy Kimmel and said
And
he's
his
on the
family,
list.
too.
Well, Kimmel said
Well, he's protecting his family in the lawsuit.
Kimmel said that put my family in harm. But then people on Twitter, which the comment place is a great area to live, was like, "Okay, Jimmy, here's all these clips of you dogging Aaron Rodgers like there's no tomorrow." I don't know. The reason T Swizzle was on my mind was the fact that she passed Elvis, because I think of Elvis as being a national treasure for what he was able to do. It happens.
Do what?
He married his cousin.
Elvis did? Yeah.
But I think, I don't think
And he had a thing for his mom.
What?
I think he had some
Whoa, before we get sued by the estate of Elvis Presley, do you have any facts?
Defamation.
I think it's just one of those things everybody knows. Like he married his cousin and he had the hots for his mom.
I don't know.
That is wild.
That's a wild thought. So I don't know. She came up on the radar, and since she left country music, I have no idea what she's been up to. I don't know how many albums she's produced after she left country.
I feel like she's not going to have a whole town in Pennsylvania. You know, you got Graceland.
You don't think Redding's gonna?
No.
Well, because she'll never return to Redding.
Yeah, she's going to go to.
She'll live in Kansas City.
What's in Kansas City?
Travis Kelce, who she's dating.
I thought you said he was married. Oh, that's Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is married. Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, same team.
Yeah, she's in the Midwest.
Okay. I mean, it's a good place to be.
Yeah.
What do you think? Did you see what the biggest song?
Wrecking Ball.
No, that was Miley Cyrus, not Taylor Swift.
Miley Cyrus.
Yuck. Shots fired.
That's okay.
That's okay. Shake It Off.
Shake it off. That's Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
That's her biggest hit.
This was
Taylor Swift sings that?
Shake
Yeah.
It Off. Shake it off. That one. It says that was a statement track in her departure from country music and transformation into pop superstar. Its infectious beat made it an instant hit worldwide, reaching #1 Billboard Hot 100 chart and achieving certified diamond status in the United States. That was November 14th of 23.
Okay,
So
I didn't know that was
that's when
her.
that was published. This statement from the article.
So
So I do know some Taylor Swift. I know that.
No, dude, you know all
Yeah,
kinds
you know
of Taylor
Taylor.
Swift.
well, you don't listen to it on the reg because you listen to chopper music.
So this latest album, the 1989, is what I don't know. Is that the album or is that a song?
So no. So her original catalog had an album called 1989 that she published. That was published a few years ago, I think.
That's the year she was born. If she's younger than me by 4 years.
Wow,
I'll
Rain
be
Man.
damn.
I tell you what, this guy.
So
closes
the
quicker than a
Stranger
mousetrap.
Things, like the Stranger Things,
Yes.
soundtrack, that more electronic, stereotypical 1980s beat,
Yeah.
like that kind of some of that synthesizer type music and shit. I do enjoy some of her hits that has that kind of sound to it. You know what I mean? Like some of those new ones, or the song Karma or whatever. The Karma is.
Oh yeah.
That one I like. That one I like. Some of her newer ones I do. I'll agree.
I just don't listen to her stuff. I guess I'm all in on podcasts.
Shut up, couch guy.
Yeah, couch guy. Shut
Shh.
up. Smoke. We're recording a show.
Yeah, we got the pizza oven. We got to put some more firewood in.
I don't know. I just saw it. I just thought it strange because I guess the circles that I listen to and run around in maybe aren't big T Swizzle people.
Sorry, I was getting chilly.
But then the fact that she's past Elvis on the Billboard, not that that's probably a huge deal, but she's making a killing amount of money and owes it all to country music because country music got her start.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift's, is it Karma? Is that the one?
Karma's the one
Yeah,
song because she
that's
changed the lyrics for Travis.
Yeah. You're addicted. You're talking shit for the hell of it. Addicted to betrayal. You're irrelevant. Yeah, that one.
She said shit.
Yeah, she says shit. Yeah.
Well, she got rid of the good girl image, the white horse imagery of her country music to become that adult pop
Really?
star. Kind of like Madonna. Would you?
Kind of like Miley Cyrus when she started showing her titties on rap videos. I mean, she's Hannah Montana. Like she was a Disney star and then just took a dump.
Yeah, but she's not had this
Selena
success.
Gomez, like that whole. I mean, I can remember watching Selena Gomez as a kid, on some of them Disney movie stuff, and now you're finding leaked photos of her snatch on the internet. Like, it's just wild, you know? Like, I mean, granted, we're all getting older, but geez Louise.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, T-Swizzle.
I don't find Taylor Swift attractive.
Neither do I.
In the least bit. I
Neither
mean, if
do
you're
I.
into bean poles and fence posts with 40-foot boots, I mean, that's your deal. But I don't know what. I don't know
Them
what.
boots taller than her.
I thought Travis Kelce would more be into like a
Thick.
pog, you know, like a fat ass white girl. Yeah, like a big old thick corn fed chick.
Apparently,
you
he's into
How many
like 12-year-old boys.
know? with skeeter bite boobies.
How many thick corn-fed girls you know worth $1 billion?
Not many.
Well, it's because they got an appetite.
No comment. Dave, go ahead. What do you got?
Where you at
all
on?
stand on eating in the car?
Jesus Christ!
Like, okay, I want the whole world to know that I get the show notes together, and I don't know what the hell y'all's talking about when I put my notes in. And then I get here, and I'm
That
way
is-
off base.
No, that is 150,000% the beauty of what is this show.
That's the beauty
Like,
of
that
it,
is.
Dave.
All right. Well, because I
If-
always feel like,
if we-
everybody's on task. I'm like, what do you guys think about eating your burgers in the car?
If we coordinated our
Bye,
topics, you wouldn't get the bang for your buck.
No.
Yeah. So
We-
where do you stand on eating in the car?
Okay, so I'm probably the one that has purchased a different vehicle, the most recent.
Yeah.
Rub it in, money bags. Okay?
And well, Jesus Christ, look what I was driving before. Tanya needed a break. She'd been
gal.
hauling meat for a while here. So anyway, when I first got the White Lightning out there, I think we made it for about 7 days, maybe 9 days before
You
anything
christened it.
anything that was consumed food wise inside of it.
Yeah, it wasn't much more than that till we went on
Yeah,
down to Florida.
vacation.
Which is funny because we played in the Velpen Disposal Open and we
You
crushed
smashed.
tacos.
You smashed. You smashed on the way back here, princess.
Those guys in the back seat did too.
Yeah, you
I
guys.
was in the front seat.
Yeah,
Oh, you were. I was
did-
in the front
I
seat.
didn't eat
Oh.
anything until we got.
You're
home.
full of shit.
I did not eat a thing. While
He
how
was,
the hell
he
am I
was
supposed to
pissed
eat?
off about it too. He was not happy
Yeah, how
about
the
it.
hell was I supposed to eat fucking nachos driving down the road when I may or may not have had one eye open halfway between here and Peter?
They were really good
that's
nachos.
That's what I told you. I was like, hey, I can try it.
Yeah, until you plopped your big ass in the passenger seat
You
and started
said you got it.
eating these nachos. I'll go
When
to-
we showed up at 6 a.m.,
I'll go to the grave thinking that you betrayed me on that deal, Bubba.
you're full of shit. We could call Teddy Hoops up right now.
Yeah, and he would be on my team. I heard Lindemann say 50 times he was driving, and then that son of a bitch
I
got
heard it too.
And then he got his nachos, and it was game over.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think okay, the way
I did offer to drive and
yeah,
you said no.
did. Bullshit.
You said no.
The way life is, the pace of everybody's lives, and everybody's on the go and shit like that. I don't see how anybody cannot eat in the car. You know what I mean? Like kids smashing nugs and stuff like that. You know, I don't see how very many people can function without it.
We
I always get weirded out if I go to fast food with like a coworker, maybe,
Yeah.
because I don't know where they stand on it.
Like if you're in their car or if they're in yours.
if I'm in their car.
well read the room.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's like an old fry in the
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
floorboard.
If there's half a tater tot floating in a cup holder. Yeah.
Oh, where'd you get this Taco Bell 3 weeks ago?
Well, there you go. There's another thing too.
I can't eat Taco Bell in the car.
Guarantee it. That's what I was getting ready to get at. There's a huge
Now a quesadilla, I can't.
Yeah, there's a huge thing to say about whether or not they eat in the car based on their menu choice. Right? So like if you go
Like
to
you can't eat a Whopper in a car.
you can't eat a Big Mac in a car without you're going to have half a head of lettuce in your floorboard
Same with
before
the
you
McChicken.
before you make it out of the parking
when
lot.
as one that traveled from courthouse to courthouse and would eat in the car
Big on the go guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
in that time period when I can honestly say I feared nothing when it came to eating in the car. Subway sandwich, got it.
Oh,
Soup,
man.
got it.
Soup.
Yeah.
I feel like you could eat soup easier than you could eat
you
a
can
Subway
drink a
sandwich.
soup. You
Yeah,
can drink
yeah,
a
yeah,
soup.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it.
I guess I was thinking like Wendy's chili.
Oh yeah, same way. You
I
drive
think
with
you
your
could
elbow
eat.
and you hold it.
I know for a fact you could eat soup easier than a Subway sandwich because
Now
you
the
got
sandwiches like that are tough.
yeah,
you
because
got to
there's
be able
so
to
many
split
moving
one.
parts.
Yeah,
Lots of-
but I would. We
And they're never made right. They're always all the shits on one
Yeah, I was
end.
gonna say 9
It's a
times
tough
out of
spot.
10 when you
That's why
order
they don't
shit
earn
like
that
I
tip.
ordered.
How about
shit.
those $20 fast food workers in California?
Unreal.
Well, let's leave California alone. We've talked about them
Yeah.
enough. We have a little
Damn
tradition.
shame it just fell off in the ocean.
I have a little tradition, or we have a little family tradition where we'll load up the car, and we will purposely go through the drive-through.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Your kids are
Janelle,
little.
like,
Hell
Janelle
yeah.
will hand
Hell
out, like,
yes.
She'll hand out food, and we're
Big fan
cruising,
of
and
that.
we'll go.
We would do that all the time when our
we'll
kids
go
were little.
around that, and it's like for Janelle and I, it's an opportunity to spend some time together, have an adult
Listen
conversation.
to Tay Swizzy.
T-Swizzy. The
Whatever.
kids,
Yeah.
the kids are eating. I mean, the worst you're going to have to do is probably stop and pee in somebody's subdivision because one of the little kids.
Or on the side of the road because you don't believe in public bathrooms.
Yeah, we don't. We
Right.
just let it fly.
Find an off ramp and let her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we used to do that shit too when our kids were little because, like, you know, everybody that I've ever met, you know, the internet's going to love this one too. But like, all of our kids are single-handedly raised on chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
especially those super cancer-causing McDonald's
Oh,
nuggets
yeah.
that everybody loves.
Are they really cancer causing?
Oh, God,
Everything's cancer
everybody,
causing.
yeah, for sure.
What?
Welcome to 2020.
Everything's cancer causing.
Welcome to 2024.
It's the weed whackers.
Yeah, it's the
Prop 65 out in California.
exactly. So we would always go. So like, you can't eat Taco Bell in the car, in my opinion. No Taco Bell in the car. No Subway in the car. You can't eat a salad in a car. If you're driving, like if you're riding, if you're a passenger in the car, you know what I mean? Then yeah, you can eat a salad.
Anything goes, yeah.
We stopped, I think, one time on our way to somewhere at a Zaxby's Chicken, and I think I screwed up and ordered like a $45 chicken salad there because it was like a salad, not like chicken salad, but like a salad with chicken
on it, yeah.
you know? And then I'm like, man, that was stupid. Now I'm not going to be able to eat this until I get home or to like the hotel or wherever we were going. I can't remember, but yeah. So I feel like if you're getting a burger, you know, McDonald's Slam, you can get like a McDouble. You could probably even do like a double quarter pounder.
McChicken gets a little. I'm a dollar menu guy.
Yeah,
anymore.
no. So there's no such thing as that anymore.
Yeah.
The dollar
Well,
menu's gone.
I guess the value menu.
Yeah, like the cheaper shit, not a combo guy.
I was just talking
The
about
shit
this.
that causes
I used
cancer
to be like a
faster.
double quarter pounder and
Yeah.
cheese guy.
Yeah,
I haven't had a value meal other than the number 7, which is 2 cheeseburgers.
right. So
That's
today,
my go-to at McDonald's.
today for lunch we were in a hurry, so we were waiting on concrete. So they're like, hey, you got about 20 minutes for the truck gets here. If you want to run out and get something, go ahead. So we ran to McDonald's. I think I got 2 McDoubles and a fry. Of course, a large diet for an
So a number 7.
for an equalizer. No, because
Oh, those
number
are
7s
singles.
are singles. I got 2 McDoubles, like $9. But like,
Do you use the app?
no
App saves quite a bit.
money.
Yeah,
Oh,
Time.
really? Didn't know that.
time and money.
Huh. Anyway, they did
the
try
Huntingburg
to.
McDonald's?
Yeah, it's
We rolled by it the other day, and I told Janelle, I was like, haven't been there yet.
bite my tongue.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I feel like eating in the car.
What's your favorite thing? Like if you roll into town and everything you ever wanted is in one strip. It's not going to take any more time or cause you any extra time at a light to go to any of these places.
Okay, am I in a hurry to where I'm going to have to eat on the road?
You are eating on the road.
So I'm going to have to drive while eating this.
You're eating while holding the steering wheel.
Now, is this any restaurant?
Sure. anything-
Where are you at here?
Fast food, drive.
I said fast food.
You're
but I
going to
guess
the
I'm
drive-thru.
saying because I assume you're not going to order a steak. and
So
eat
the
behind
go-to
wheel.
that you would do?
Yeah, like what would you like? Man, what is the most ideal eating and driving thing you would do?
Yeah, I'm probably burger joint. Yeah, I would probably go to McDonald's or something and get a sack full of McDoubles and a large fry and a Coke or Diet Coke or something like that.
I'm going to throw a dark horse into this race.
Oh boy.
White Castles.
That's where I was going to
Nice. I never even thought of that.
go. Crave case.
I did that the other night. I did it. I got a case. That
Where'd
was
you get them at?
Evansville. I took the kids to Evansville before Christmas to do some shopping, and I got the kids sushi from Sam's. They ate that at home, and then I got I bought a case of White Castles for like
there's just one biters.
the ride home, and then like the next 3
Like
days.
a Crave case?
Yeah, I bought 30 of them, a whole case. Yeah,
You didn't call?
Well, I didn't want to share them. I didn't want to share them with anybody.
If I bought a Crave case, I would call you.
That's fine. That you would, but I would not call you because you would bitch because they're the wrong kind.
What do you mean?
I always do.
You get cheese?
I get half and half. I get half cheese and half jalapeno.
Those are my favorite.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, like I had no intention.
You want to know what my go-to order is?
Go ahead.
I get 2 of the bacon cheeseburgers,
Ooh.
2 of the regular cheeseburgers,
Uh-huh.
and 2 of the jalapeno
I didn't know
cheeseburgers.
jalapeno and bacon was an option. I've just had cheeseburger.
God,
When you look at their menu, you
Those-
can actually add those different cheese varieties.
those jalapenos.
Thanks, couch guy.
Bus and bus.
You can add any of those cheese options to any of those burgers. So you
Yeah.
can technically get a jalapeno cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Now, have you had any of the 1912 or 1921 sliders?
No.
They're pretty good too.
No. What White Castle do you frequent?
Evansville.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, so when we go up for conferences or gaming commission meetings,
Oh, the one there on
Bloomington?
Yeah.
has become a favorite stop of mine.
Bloomington has a White Castle?
Yeah, they're on the 3rd Street exit.
Oh shit, yes they do. Yes.
Because I don't know.
I was thinking of the one out there on 37 and was it Harding Street, right when you come into Indy, right there on the south side of Indy when you come in.
Is there? There is a White Castle there. Yeah, on the east side of the road.
Yeah.
No, I don't stop there. That's a bad intersection to
Kinda
stop
rough.
at.
Well,
for
it's-
anything.
yeah, just traffic wise.
But I will say this: out of all fast food restaurants, TikTok user 678. But out of fast food restaurants, and you're talking about being able to eat on the run and go, White Castle's it.
Yeah. Pretty
Because
easy.
you can eat half of it with it still in the box.
And you may lose.
Pull it out of
You
the-
may lose
Some of the
an
onion.
onion.
Onion,
Yeah, you might
yeah.
lose an onion or two.
But that's no big deal.
yeah.
That's why it's my
And another
mango.
thing
It's
cool
easy.
about White Castle is they got their crinkle fry. I'm all
I like
in.
their chicken rings, man.
Yeah. So I mean,
Did you
they're
ever get the sandwich chicken rings? Yeah.
yeah. The chicken sliders
Can
they're pretty good.
Can I share a quick White Castle story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one semester down at Evansville, we instead of Taco Bell, we would go to White Castle. Now a little bit of a haul to get to the east side from UE's campus.
Yeah, because that's way out there.
Yeah, but we'd make it because we were tired of White Castle and we were tired of rallies. And surprise, I befriended the night manager at this White Castle. And I can remember this semester where we would walk in and order $50 of White Castle. And he'd just pat me on the back and say, "Hey, it's on the house." This guy was the night manager at the White Castle.
Wow.
And we were friends. And we became, because you guys know me. We've been out somewhere. "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm good. How's everything with you?" "Yeah, good." "Hey," just you make small talk.
Yeah.
And then we'd be there a lot, 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
I have called the Evansville White Castle before to place a rather large order, like
Oh, I believe
five Crave cases
Oh, I believe it.
and stuff like that. And they're like, "Is this a prank phone call?" And I'm like, no,
No, it's not. We're coming to get him.
Yeah, like we'll be there in an hour.
So this guy, he would hook us up. He hooked us up all semester. And we got to the end of the semester and saw him. We went normal routine. And he was like, "I need you to sit down." And I was like, "Okay, what's up, man?" And he's like, "Well, I got demoted. I'm no longer the night manager." And I was like, "Oh, shit, dude. I hate to hear that." He goes, "Yeah. I kind of got caught handing out, White Castle to more than just you. But I want to let you know as a loyal customer that I just can't do it anymore because the new guy back there, he's my boss." And I was like, "Hey, pal, I get it.
Don't worry about it.
Like, don't worry about
like,
it.
We'll pay
no,
this
no
time.
skin off my back.
Yeah.
We ate White Castle for an entire semester for free. And so it's funny because Dad and I were down there for one of his doctor's appointments. And I said, hey, would you be upset if I stopped at White Castle? And that some bitch was still in there working.
I'll be damned.
He must be daytime manager or something now, but he would hand out
Oh, wow.
and he would tell us the stories, be like, yeah, I tell a girl, show me your tits, I'll give you a free
I'm
cheeseburger.
pretty well.
And
I don't want to say anything, but I may or may not have been involved in a little bit of.
Free.
Well, no, I don't think it was. It was.
You
kind
show him your tits.
I did not, but maybe somebody that I was with may or may not have. And then later that evening, there may have been some conceiving that's happened or something.
Oh
maybe.
boy!
And allegedly, is what
Allegedly.
yeah,
Allegedly.
what I've gathered. Hey man, I eat in the car. I know.
Yeah,
I think everybody eats in the car. Just don't be. I'm not we're a big trash bag family too. Like you put your bag, you put your you get your shit.
carry it out with you.
Exactly. Get your shit out of the car. And if you lose a fry, then you get it out. Feed it
Yeah.
to the dog.
Okay.
Here we go.
Are you done, Dave?
Yep.
Okay. This Dear Dutchman hits close to home.
I know it does.
Dear Dutchman, what is it about men complimenting other men's beards? It seems that the bigger and grosser they are, the more compliments they get. Don't get me wrong. I like a beard. When my husband and I met, he had a short, nicely groomed beard that I found attractive. Then, about 6 years ago, it started getting longer and longer. I'm not loving the look. He claims that he gets lots of
Compliment.
he gets a lot of compliments on it, but then admits that 100% of the compliments come from other men. Every time I get close to talk him into cutting it, some jackass will compliment him on it, and we are back to square one. What is the fascination with excessive facial hair? Sincerely, feeling like I'm married to Bobby from Sons of Anarchy. P.S. Any suggestions on how to get him to cut it would be appreciated.
Never. Don't cut it. Stay strong. I couldn't grow a beard.
This person watched this show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big fan.
Big fan. I couldn't.
As in, our answer will be responded to more than likely
Yeah.
by this fan.
I couldn't grow a beard if I had a gun to my head. Can't do it. Never have. Just
Me neither, but I still just let it go.
yeah, just trashy looking beard. But like, I have known people. I do know people currently. You, beautiful beard.
Thank you.
Couch guy.
Last episode was looking real good.
I told
I'm sure
you.
it is now,
Had
but
you-
like
had-
on camera.
Yes. Because it was shaped well.
Yeah.
And, you know.
I remember that compliment. Hey,
Yeah.
you really shaped the beard well.
Exactly. Couch guy used to have a, oh God, like Gandalf looking bastard, like big beard.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like if I always said if I could have one, especially this time of year, I don't know if I'd be a summertime beard guy. I'd probably
It
go
wouldn't
back.
bother you in the summertime.
You don't think?
You wouldn't notice it.
Really?
Promise you.
Huh.
I can't grow a beard, so I just don't shave it. I dare not have to do this again.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I've always been all in on beards. I've probably complimented this person's beard before myself.
You might have even stroked it.
I don't know about that. But like I've probably complimented. I'll give him that. But don't get me wrong. I am also I don't want to be blanketly
You don't want to paint with a broad brush here.
no, I don't
but
want to be called a henpecked bitch. But what I would say is sometimes a happy wife is a happy life. You know what I mean? But you still got to stand for what you believe. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? There's nothing wrong with having a nice, groomed, well-maintained beard as opposed to like a Jeremiah
And
Johnson.
the bullfrog.
Yeah, no, Jeremiah Johnson, Mountain Man, Old Man River Beard. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I know what you're saying. Here's what I'll say. Dear, feeling like I'm married to Bobby from Sons of Anarchy. First off, great reference there in your signature because love Sons of Anarchy. Bobby, the character there specifically, interesting. I would say that men compliment other men's beards because it's one of the few things men can compliment each other on and it not get too weird and awkward. Because I'm never going to look at Dave and say, hey.
Nice dick.
Pretty healthy cock you got there, feller.
Hey, while we're here at the old pissing station, Dave, you got a good one between the legs. But I'm never going to look at Dave and say, hey, you got a nice pair of blue jeans on today.
Appreciate it.
Or, hey, your boots look real good, Dave. Well, I might compliment
You can
boots or
compliment
cowboy hat.
Your smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, eyes. I don't think you're supposed
I get
to.
lost in your eyes, Dave.
Yeah.
Them rose-colored eyes.
Man, them are the whitest teeth I've ever came across.
Are they? I've been a little self-conscious lately. A lot of coffee. But it's one of those deals where men could feel confident about complimenting another man's beard.
Right.
And so that's why they do it.
And I think a lot of times it's envious.
There's beard envy.
For me, I have
There's
it.
a real thing.
Yeah.
And
That's a fine mustache you have.
Well, no, it looks like shit.
no,
now.
it doesn't. I think it looks great.
I've screwed
I'm
it
not
up.
yanking your chain.
I screwed it up.
I wouldn't yank your chain.
Yeah, you cut it a little short.
I brought it in too tight.
Yeah.
I think one more pass in, and I've probably been in Adolf territory. That's why I thought, oh God. But anyway,
It'll be
it needed
okay.
something.
You know, Adolf backwards is Flota.
I'll be damned.
Just I'll tell you that.
Oh boy, thanks, Dave. But I think you're fighting a tough battle. Now, I will say this: there is only one person that I trim my beard for, and it's Mr. Gene Mattingly.
Oh,
Because every year at the start of baseball, I will trim it up to make it look a little bit more respectable. It's kind of my summer cut, and then I let it grow. I probably trim my beard.
But that makes your wife proud.
What's that?
let you trim your beard
There's
for
one
another
person
man.
I'll trim my beard for. That's Mr.
But she
Gene
likes it.
Mattingly.
She likes my beard. She likes my facial hair. And actually, since I've gone
God, I bet you look like a creep without it anymore.
bald, oh, there's no telling what I'd look
I
like.
know. Justine threatened the other day. I said something about shaving my mustache off, and I could hear Max from the other room like, "No!" You know what I mean?
Well, and not to pick on my younger brother here,
Oh, now he's got a little bit of a mountain man beard.
his
little
gets to the extreme.
Yeah.
I always knew when I was in my former line of work, when I would go to tie a tie, if I was catching my beard in it,
It's
way too long.
Yeah.
And I've had people ask me like, how do you deal with it with babies and all that other stuff? And you're like,
They just tug on it.
yeah, they just tug on it. You try to avoid the situation. But a man's beard is, and this goes to, the Dear Dutchman here. A man's beard is a sense of pride. Because one, if they didn't have it, there's no telling what their face would actually look like.
Right.
Two, it's one of the most outward signs of being manly.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at somebody that's got pubes glued to their face,
Oh, boy.
you're like, that ain't a tough guy.
Down.
Yeah, it ain't, But if you see a nice, well-groomed beard, you're like, that guy's got his shit going on.
Sometimes they can't help it, vato.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
never know.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think you're in a tough spot. Likelihood of you being able to get him to shave his beard
Yeah,
is
fat
slim to
chance.
none.
Fat
And
chance.
shame on you for wanting to.
No,
Yeah.
stop.
Well-
Stop.
I know there's probably one way he could get her to she could get him to shave it.
Yeah.
Lock that old chastity belt up a little bit there, baby.
Going on strike.
Yeah. Shut the doors here.
Yeah.
That'd be a tough
I don't know.
All right.
That'd be tough.
Good question.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But hopefully, just try to find compromise.
Good luck.
Because all relationships are about
Hey,
compromise.
let's hear it from our fellas over there at Merkley's and Sons.
Let's do it. It is time for the Merkley and Sons Choice Cuts Questions of the Week for the fellas. Let's hear this week's months, years, decades ad.
Welcome to Merkley & Sons Choice Cuts Questions of the Week for the Fellas, sponsored by Merkley & Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. Did you know that the generous fellows over at Merkley & Sons are even more generous? Merkley & Sons wants those of you that are part of local organizations that are looking to fundraise to be a partner with them to raise funds by selling, you guessed it, meat. Send an email to merkleymeatsfundraiser@gmail.com today to get more information. Listen, if they're going to offer to help you make money for your organization, take the fellas up on it. They have big hearts and they sell quality meat products. That's what we love about them.
There we go. Our friends over at Merkley and Sons. If you need to raise some funds
Raising
for
them.
your organization, go ahead and give them a little bit of a call on the old telephone. Well, actually, we said email.
On the email.
You'll post that, won't you, Dave?
Yep, get the old email.
The Googler machine. All right. This week's Choice Cuts questions of the week for the fellas comes from Chris Irwin. And as he put it, coming to you from Lawrence, Kansas.
You know Chris Irwin?
The name is very familiar.
Played football. I played football with him. He was from Mount Vernon.
That's
Me and Couch Guy. We played football with him.
yeah. So he's in Lawrence, Kansas. He's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, Chris. Thanks for listening along. Hopefully you're spreading the good word of the Wondering Dutchmen in Lawrence, Kansas. If you're not, well then, thanks.
Probably busy spreading corn seed.
Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out.
Figure it out.
First question. Did you, and these are all themed, and you'll guess the theme really quick, Dave. Did you watch wrestling growing up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in there too. Who was your favorite wrestler, and why is it not Ric Flair? I'm not a Ric Flair guy.
What? You're not a nature boy?
No.
I was a Hulk Hogan guy. I had all kinds of Hulk Hogan stuff.
I like Goldberg.
You really like Goldberg? I'm surprised none of you guys would go Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I was a WCW guy.
Oh, hell yeah.
The fact that guy could catch, he has to have great hands. Get done wrestling a real match there and then catch a bunch of beers. Got to have talent. What would be your wrestling gimmick? I.e., would it be a costume, signature catchphrase, a finishing move, etc.?
Be some super. I mean, I'm fat. You know, gargantuous, fat, obese man with. I would want to have like huge traps. Like my traps would be gargantuous with big arms and shit.
A lot of shrugs.
Yeah, but then like I just have this monstrous gut. But then I would wear one of those like Borat mankinis. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's conducive to wrestling.
No. Oh yeah, hell yeah, it is. Like I mean, because what was it? Rashiki, or yeah, because Rafiki was the monkey in Lion King, and Rashiki was the guy that he put his ass in your face in his ass.
Yeah, in the corner, he'd kind of do a little.
The African shit stamp or something, whatever it was called there. But I don't know. I would probably be more of a costume guy, and I don't really know what my signature move would be. Maybe like the old suffocator or something like that. I don't know. Just because of my stature, I would say.
Go ahead, Dave.
I don't know if I can answer this one. I'm not sure that I've got enough. I didn't do any homework on this to see what these were beforehand. I just don't know.
I think it would be.
You mean you couldn't come up with a random wrestling gimmick?
I'm not sure if I'm fully aware what a wrestling gimmick is. I watched a little bit of
would it
wrestling.
be?
What was Goldberg's signasignature move?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Well, you're just not participating in this at all.
I
Dave.
just picked a name that I remembered.
Okay.
He's a bald guy.
Yeah.
I would
Sure
say
was.
for me, the signature catchphrase that would be tough to do because, like, The Rock.
Can you
smell what The Rock is cooking?
Jabroni?
You jabroni. You're a jabroni, Dave.
Okay.
Nature boy, Ric Flair. His
Rick
thing was
Crap,
always,
Ric Flair.
woo! You know that guy?
Limousine riding,
Rolex wearing,
jet plane flying,
good looking, wheeling and dealing. Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Those guys are geniuses when it comes to marketing. But I think my costume, I'd probably come out like a shirt and tie for every battle. Just kind of start and roll your
With a
sleeves up and fight
briefcase.
with a briefcase. Yeah, that would be awesome.
A squad.
And then the finisher would be like the stapler or something.
I was going to say
the
your
stamp.
letter opener.
the stamp, figure out some kind of move where it's like this.
Oh, and they got like a gavel.
Yeah.
Like a gavel, the hammer drop. There
Get the
it is.
gavel. Boom.
Yeah. Nice.
What would be your intro music?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Something,
It's got to have a catchy hook.
yeah.
It goes back to all those guys. Bless you.
I knew that was coming.
It goes back to all those guys. The Rock, for instance, his intro music. Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's the glass shattering.
Oh, yeah.
Ric Flair, like his when it comes on.
What's that? The jump song. Jump, jump, jump. Everybody jump, jump. That 1980s
Oh,
rap
yeah.
song. That,
I gotcha.
That intro, that
Crisscross?
is that who sings it?
Is it House of Pain?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
What they do at Wisconsin for Camp Randall.
It might be.
I think that is House of Pain. Jump
I thought
around.
Crisscross made you want to jump.
No.
No, he's thinking of House of Pain. Jump around.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's going with. I'm predicting.
Yeah.
I think my intro, like the White Stripes, Seven Army
Seven
Nation,
Army.
Seven Nation Army.
That'd be
Something with a good hook intro that gets you, that you can play loud. Probably actually our intro song.
yeah.
It's the wonder. Oh, could you imagine if we were
Like a, well, is there a,
thruple?
is there a tag team of
Well, we would
three
just be
guys?
like a crew.
thought you were going to go, imagine we were a threesome. I thought we were.
Oh, boy. What would be your song, Dave?
TikTok user
I don't
679.
know. I feel like George Jones didn't have any
Oh,
good
God.
He stopped loving her today.
Well, he sang Rockin' Chair. I mean, that's an upbeat one.
Heaven's sakes.
Oh, Dave.
How many people could you get to sleep in a coliseum during a wrestling
The
match?
old sleeper.
That'd be Dave.
The old sleeper choke. There's
I'm going to bore you to death. Chris, thanks for the questions. We appreciate it. Hey, we're starting to run a little bit low. So fans of the show, go ahead and submit some, send some. We'd love it. We'd love to restock the coffers with them. We do a pretty good job of trying to get through them. So we would appreciate it if you'd send some. Chris, we appreciate you listening out in Lawrence, Kansas.
that's awesome.
Share with a few more of your friends
He's
out
a good
there.
looking sucker too.
Oh,
Chris Irwin was.
Yeah.
He always had real tight curly hair like no. Gosh dang it.
Freddie
Justin
Murphy?
Timberlake.
Oh, that
Kind
kind
of
of
Timberlake. Yeah.
early 2000s kind of look.
Yeah. Real good looking.
Hey, and you know what, Dave? I've had a lot of fun tonight, but unfortunately, it is that time for us to leave. I mean, we got some other work to do here to get done,
Yeah.
but we're done broadcasting. We're done talking on these mics.
We've shared all we can share for one night.
We're done sharing stories. We're done reaccounting movies. Our apologies for that. You'll probably never watch It's a Wonderful Life
Or Jungle.
or Jungle.
I
Nah,
don't want to watch Jungle.
you don't want to watch It's a Wonderful Life?
No.
Greedy bastard. But anyways, let's hear from our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power as we get into the Last Pass. The Last Pass is brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power. Listen, folks, the weather has been fairly mild with no snow to amount to much. But that could all change very quickly. Smoke,
Yes, sir.
we've got a rule that we like to live by, right? Mm-hmm. Don't get caught with your pants down.
Bad place to be.
Now, that rule, in essence, could have been stated by don't get caught being unprepared, but don't get caught with your pants down has better ring to it.
That's right.
Listen, have a plan. If you need to upgrade your equipment, whether it be your tractor, side-by-side, snow blower, or whatever it may be that you use to help move snow, do it now before the forecast changes. Big Mace,
Yeah,
we will get snow.
for sure.
It is only a matter of time. The folks at Hopf Outdoor Power are ready to help you upgrade your equipment or through their parts and service department, maintain your equipment. See them today before you are shoveling your driveway by hand and listening to us in your earbuds. Hey, there we go.
All
Big
right.
thanks to Hopf Outdoor Power. We appreciate it. These guys have been with us for a really, 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 really long time. Get over and see them. Tractor, side by side. And it's not just that stuff.
gasoline-powered trimming tools.
Yes.
And leaf blowers.
And I think Hopf Outdoor Power will be happy to know that if that battle ever comes to their front door, we're backing them on that.
we got their back.
We got their back.
Hell yeah.
Big fella, we got.
So welcome to 2024. Other than that, guys, live long and prosper. I hope everybody had a safe and happy New Year's. And then, basketball season's about to wrap up here in one aspect. Another aspect, it's probably getting ready to start another one. But other than that, guys, I don't really have much. Stay with us. Get those questions in, and if you want to be a sponsor, hit us up.
Well,
David Allen Smoker.
we're drawing to an end here. And I just don't have a whole lot. I can't think of anything real,
You hit the beers hard tonight.
I did.
As I peer through your rose-colored glasses, your old eyes have
I
gotten
told my wife yesterday that I was
How many did you have? 5?
Oh, I bet I had 8.
Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid.
I told her yesterday that I was going to try to do a dry January.
Failed miserably.
Yeah,
That's
it's fine.
It was fun while it lasted.
3 days.
You made it longer than me last year. I was going to do that, remember?
Oh, yeah, you were all gung-ho about it.
Oh, yeah. No, I really ain't got much. We did our Happy New Year stuff for 210 that came out. Should be, by the time this comes out, what days does this come out?
12th.
The 12th. It'll be out the 12th.
So I guess I'll go ahead and let you guys in on a little secret. Maybe.
Wait. Hold on. Like, is this like a little secret that we don't know about?
No, you guys know.
Oh, we know. Okay.
So this is the 12th. It's Friday. You go into the
Little
weekend.
bonus footage, baby.
And,
Oh.
yep, you're going to go into the weekend and go to work Monday and hopefully Tuesday, you guys. On the 16th, maybe tune in and just check out the YouTube and Spotify and see what's out there. We'll have a little bit of something for you dropping that day.
Oh, that's what we call tease in the business.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my last
What you
pass.
got, bud?
The youngest of the Lindemann clan, which stretches from the age of in the 70s, mid 70s to be exact. Not going to name a specific number, but it's between 74 and 76.
Got it.
And the youngest one happens to turn 1 today. And it broads 74 years of just life in general, from the oldest to the youngest. Wife is a saint. She's great. I can remember, I think we recorded that week after we came over from the hospital.
Yeah, you did.
We
Didn't think that was going to happen.
Not a
we
chance.
cut a podcast, but my wife is a saint. She was one of them ones that if it was somebody else's kid, real iffy. But with our kids, she's been great. So I've been very blessed and very fortunate. And then times like this, when the child turns 1, you have a little bit of reflection on it. And then you realize he's going to wake up in the morning and be just as ornery as ever. So happy New Year to all as we creep into 2024.
Happy birthday, Rhett.
And happy birthday to Rhett Man. And you know what? I'm going to catch an airplane tomorrow to Dallas, Texas.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to learn a lot more about baseball to
Stay out of
continue
limousines.
to enrich our program. And other than that, fellas, I've got nothing.
That's it, brother.
Here we go. Dutchman out.